Hello and welcome to AHS Countdown. I'm your host, Max Mesman, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Cal Floyd, Fabiola Sanchez, and Taylor Gottney. And are y'all excited for some playoff football or what? Today we had the first round matchup in the AHSAA 7A playoffs, and it should be a fun one between the number 3 seed Fairhope Pirates and your number 2 seed Auburn Tigers. The last time these teams met was in 2018 in the same circumstance as today. It was the first round of the playoffs, and Auburn was able to pull out a 34-23 victory and move on to the second round, and they hope to have a similar outcome tonight. But let's start off with the Pirates. They finished the regular season with an overall record of 8-2 and finished third in Region 1 with an in-region record of 4-2. Up until their thrilling 39-38 loss to Foley, they, as well as Auburn, were the only two undefeated teams in the state of Alabama at the time. But they did not let that loss ruin their season as they won 3 of their next 4 games. But they did get blown out by Baker 42-10 at home 2 weeks ago in a game that would have given them the 2 seed instead of 3 seed if they were to win. All of that being said, what are some things that this Fairhope team will need to do to pull off the upset and advance to the second round tonight?
So Fairhope's defense is good. However, they're rarely able to, entirely close out a game, and the other team is always able to stay within a touchdown or 2 until the very end. And if they want to pull off a win against Auburn, they need to at least match or be better than our star defense, which I would say is quite the task.
Yeah, with their offense, they've been able to have a lot of wins besides Baker, where we can see most of their wins are consisting of 20 points or more with offense, except Baker. And I just think that for Auburn, it's not going to be too much of an issue. It's just solid. It's fine.
Looking at Fairhope's past matchups, such as like Fab said, a lot of really high-scoring games, such as against Bryant, Foley, that 1-point loss, like you said, Davidson, just some really high-scoring games. And their defense gives up a lot of points, especially to Baker. 42 points to Baker.
Yeah, I'm looking to get their state championship run started on the right foot is your Auburn Tigers, who finished the regular season with a record of 9-1 and finished with the 2nd seed in Region 2 with a record of 7-1 in region play. And what has been a great season for the Tigers, what are some things that they have done well all season that has gotten them to this point?
So last week, Auburn was actually able to get their 2nd shutdown of the season, which further shows just how impressive our defense actually is. And as said before, it's sure to cause some big trouble for Fairhope.
Yeah, and with Auburn's offense, they were able to score a touchdown out of all of their 7 drives in the first half. Against Smith Station. So if they are efficient, just like they were last game, I think it'll be pretty tough for Fairhope to beat them.
If you look at Auburn's recent history, they've won 7 straight games at home, going back to last season, that IMG tough loss last year. We're undefeated at home this year. The unit shows out every single game. The whole home side is packed. And we've actually won 7 straight first-round playoff games dating back to 2014, which we actually lost to another Region 1 school, Foley. So I think Fairhope will have to watch out for that really big home advantage.
Yeah, and like I said at the beginning of the show, it's playoff time, and if you did not know, the AHSAA 7A playoffs are one and done. If you lose, you're out. That being said, whoever comes out of this game would play the winner of the matchup between number 1 seed Foley and the number 4 seed Dothan. So, we have talked about some things that Auburn has done well this season. Now, what are some things that the Tigers need to improve on in order to advance to the second round and continue on their chase for the title?
So Auburn's weakness, their big weakness this entire season, has been those big aerial plays downfield. And we need to be prepared because I feel like Fairhope's going to be the one to try and expose that weakness.
For Auburn, I think something that they've been just needing help with is how they've been careless with the football in the second half of last game. And just throughout the whole season, I think they're going to have to change that against the Pirates defense.
Auburn in the first 5 games outscoring their opponents by 25 points average. And then that tough loss against Central kind of pushed us back, and it's only 19 points per game. But that big win against Smith Station was a big sign that Auburn could be back to their early ways. And I think Fairhope will really have to watch out for Auburn.
Yeah, and with that, we move into our keys to the game. Now, Auburn has different X factors that can help them take over a game. What do you think those X factors are or will be in tonight's game?
Once again, like last game, Auburn's defense really showed off with stopping runs. and I think that will be super, super important, come in really handy this game.
Yeah, and with Auburn, they were very balanced last game in the first half with 3 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns. So I think that balance will just play a big role in tonight's game.
Auburn, if you look, is a very disciplined team. All those coaches are very disciplined on our players. We have not committed many penalties this whole season. Maybe we only have one last game, and it was offsides. And that's just a huge example of how these coaches are preparing these kids for this big playoff game and like all the environment and stuff. I think Auburn is just a very disciplined team, and Fairhope will have to really watch out for that.
And now we move into our player profiles, where we each highlight one player on offense, defense, and one on special teams that has been crucial for Auburn throughout the season. Who do y'all have as y'all's player profiles for tonight's matchup against Fairhope?
So for me, I picked number 21, Mark Tollin. He's a senior defensive end, and he's a very decisive member of that star defense that I've been mentioning this whole time, and I think he's going to make some big plays.
So I have number 75, Braden Joyner. He's a senior, left tackle. Currently is rated as a 4-star recruit and is committed to Auburn. He's been able to just absolutely overpower the defense and defensive tackles and could eventually play on Sundays.
For my player profile, I chose London Carter. He's a holder, number 28. And going back to the discipline, he's just been so great at receiving the snap and just holding it for our star kickers to make these huge kicks in these games. And he's been really reliable in executing fakes too, such as the one against Opelika with that Clyde Pittman receiving touchdown. And it just goes back to the discipline that I talked about earlier, so London Carter.
And now we're going to send you to a quick commercial break, but don't go away because next up is the Friday night lineup. Don't go away.
Some kids never smile. They're embarrassed by their crooked teeth. They want braces like the other kids, but their families can't afford them. Some may even try to straighten their teeth themselves. That can make everything worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. It helps provide orthodontic treatment to kids and teens whose families can't afford it. For kids who apply, are approved, and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, it can be life-changing. Their treatment is in the hands of an expert, a licensed local orthodontic specialist who improves their smiles by correctly aligning teeth and jaws. Some kids think they'll never smile again, but Donated Orthodontic Services may help them smile with confidence. To link to the application and eligibility requirements, visit aaoinfo.org.
Parenting your teen, it might be time to take a new approach. Visit boystown.org/parenting. Whether you're the parent of a toddler, teen, or someone in between, we've got parenting guides, articles, videos, quick tips, and even live parent talks with Boys Town experts. Boys Town, take your parenting skills to new heights.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Welcome back to AHS Countdown, and please help me in welcoming this week's special guest picker. Last week we saw Mr. Cox went 9-1 on the picks, beating Mr. Dillard, who went 8-2. And this week's guest picker hopes to go perfect and possibly beat that. She is one of the co-presidents of HiDef Club. Similar to Dillard, what you are watching right now would not be possible without her. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Maddie Bingham. Now, Maddie, what would you say is your favorite part of being able to help lead a club that provides so much to so many people, as well as is one of the best clubs, I'd say, at AHS right now?
Being in HiDef is extremely rewarding, watching all of the things that you do behind the scenes, able to be produced for everyone to see, and getting the texts from your family and friends just saying how great broadcasts are. It's just very rewarding.
And with that, we move into our last segment, which is the Friday night lineup, where we will all pick who we think is going to win tonight's biggest games across the state. Current standings are Fabiola is still in the lead, 36-6, went 9-1 last week, and I am in second place. I'm currently 32-10, and I went 10-0 last week. I went perfect. Yay! And then Cal, finally, for the first time this entire AHS Countdown season, Cal and Tyler are not tied for third place, excuse me. Cal is currently in third place with a record of 27-15, went 9-1 last week, and then Taylor is currently in fourth place as he is 25-17 and went 7-3 last week. And so we'll go ahead and get started with the first matchup, which is actually important to a lot of y'all Auburn fans because it's the winner of that game is who we play next week in playoffs round 2 if we beat Fairhope today. It is between Region 2, number 4 seed Dothan, who's finished the season 7-3, and they're going away against number 1 seed in Region 1, Foley, who finished the season at 7-3 as well. Who do y'all got between Dothan and Foley?
So it's important to point out, like you said, how they both have the exact same record. And you'll notice how 7-3 for Region 1 got Foley all the way to first seed, but 7-3 for Region 2 only got Dothan to fourth. So I just think that 7-3 goes a lot farther in Region 1. But that means Dothan, I think, has got it in them because Region 2 is just different. So I'm going Dothan for this one.
Yeah, I agree with Cal on this one. Foley has played much harder teams, and they've been able to pull through. And I really believe that Foley will be able to dominate over Dothan.
I'm going to go with Dothan. I mean, similar stuff, but I just think Dothan.
I think, like Cal said, they're really two evenly matched teams, but I think the Foley home crowd will propel them to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going to actually have to say Dothan. I'm going to have to agree with Cal on this one. Like he said, they finished 4th seed, but they did finish at the same record that Foley did, meaning that Dothan had probably a much harder schedule. You look at who they lost to. They lost to Auburn. They lost to Central by 7. And they lost to, I do not remember who else they lost to. I think they lost to Enterprise. They did lose to Enterprise. So, yeah, so the top 3 teams in the region are their only losses. Like, it'd be kind of, like, skeptical if they lost to a team like Prattville or, like, some team that didn't make the playoffs. But they lost to the 3 best teams in the region. So, yeah, I'm going Dothan all the way. And I think that will help Auburn in, if they beat Fairhope, I think that'll help Auburn be able to host next week. So, go Dothan. I think they're going to beat Foley on the road. And now we go into our next one, which is also a Region 1 versus Region 2 matchup. And it is between 3 seed Enterprise out of Region 2, who finished the season at 7-3. And they're going away against number 2 seed Baker out of Region 1. And they finished the season at 4-6, the lowest record by any team. The only team with a losing record that's in the playoffs. Who do y'all got between Enterprise and the Hornets?
So for Baker, even though they do have a losing record, they were able to win that game against Fairhope, which was a big deal, but I would still say for in this case, Enterprise has still got this.
Yeah, I don't think the home field advantage for Baker is going to help them. I think Enterprise is just the better team overall.
I agree. I'm just going to have to go with Enterprise, looking at how the scores and stuff just...
I think, like, Dothan Enterprise has lost to the top teams in the region, such as Auburn Central, so I think Enterprise will go into Baker and get a huge win.
Yeah, I think Enterprise, rightfully so, should be favored in that matchup. I think they'll beat Baker, and I think they'll beat them actually handily on the road. I got them winning by at least 10+. Baker, last week they got basically exposed against a 6A school, like they lost by 30+. They beat Fairhope, to be fair, like Cal said, by 30+ as well. But I think they're really just like either they're really good or really bad, and I just feel like they're not going to be up to the moment. So I got Enterprise on the road. And next we go to a Region 3 versus Region 4 matchup between number 4 seed Vestavia Hills out of Region 3, who finished the season with a 6-4 record. And they're going away against number 1 seed Austin out of Region 4, and they finished the season with a 7-3 record. Who do y'all got between Vestavia Hills and Austin?
So I am not too familiar with Austin, but I think, coming off of first seed with a pretty good record, they're going to be really motivated during playoffs. So I'm going to go with Austin home field advantage.
I'm going to have to go with Vestavia Hills on this one. I think that they've played harder teams, and even though they have one more loss than Austin, I think that they'll be able to win over Austin.
Yeah, I agree. The records are a little off and stuff, but I'm going to go with Vestavia Hills.
The last week of the season, Vestavia actually played at Austin again, and they only lost by 1 point. So I think this game will be really close, and I think Vestavia Hills will come out and get a revenge on Austin.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I think Vestavia Hills, I think Mr. Cox last week brought up a great point, and probably why he did so good on the picks, is that Vestavia Hills is out of that Birmingham region, which is like he said, the SEC of like high school football in Alabama. So I think Vestavia Hills got this one. It's going to be a very, very fun matchup. Austin, for a while there, was they were undefeated in their region until they lost to Florence late in the season. But I think Vestavia Hills gets this one, a close one on the road. And now we move into another Region 3 versus Region 4 matchup. This one between number 3 seed Huntsville, who finished the season at 6-4, and they're going away against number 2 seed Thompson, who finished the region at 7-3. Who do y'all got between Huntsville and the Warriors?
I might have a tad bit of personal bias, as mentioned before. This is my mom's alma mater, but genuinely I do think Thompson is a very competent team, and I think they got this.
Thompson has been a powerhouse these past couple years, and even though they've lost 3 games, I still think that they're a much better team this year than Huntsville.
Yeah, of course. Looking at how they've been playing, I just think Thompson.
Yeah, like Maddie said, the 3 losses, just the first 2 games of the season against huge opponents from Georgia and Tennessee, and then that really close loss to Hoover. I think Thompson will come out with revenge and win this game.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. Like you said, Thompson's 3 losses are all to teams that are currently number 1 in their state right now. The number 1 team in Georgia, number 1 team in Tennessee, and currently the number 1 team in the state, Hoover, who got there because they beat Thompson in a very close matchup. So yeah, I think Thompson is definitely gonna, trying their best to get to that state championship, and I think they start it here with a big one at Huntsville. Give me them by at least 15 points at home. And then next, we're going to go to Region 3 versus Region 4 for the 3rd consecutive time. It is between number 4 seed Bob Jones, who is currently 5-5, finished the region at 5-5. Lost last week in a very thrilling matchup against Hartsville. I recommend you try and watch that because it was a very thrilling game. And they go away to the number 1 team that is currently number 1 team in the state, Hoover, who is finished the season at 9-1 and finished at number 1 in Region 3. Who do y'all got between Bob Jones at Hoover?
Hoover.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of you always just wants to root for the underdog, but I think it's really hard on this one to do that.
Yeah.
Hoover's going to win.
Yeah.
Hoover.
Yeah, Hoover's won 9 straight after that Auburn loss. I think Hoover's going to win this game by a lot.
Yeah, I think this is an unfortunate draw for Bob Jones. I feel like Bob Jones is actually the weakest team in this playoffs, and they're going away against the strongest team right now in these playoffs. So I think, yeah, this one isn't even close. Hoover comes out, they whoop them, and they get ready for a possible matchup against, they'd play against Florence and Hewitt-Trussville. I think they get ready for that matchup. It's okay for them to look past, honestly, to that one because I think they win this one by 20+. And now I go to Region 1 versus Region 2 between 4 seed Mary Montgomery out of Region 1. They finished the season at 6-4. They're going away against number 1 seed Central, who finished the season at 8-2, and they're coming out of being first in Region 2. Who do y'all got between Mary Montgomery and the Red Devils?
So we've all seen firsthand what Central is capable of. They are a very skilled team, a very competent team, and at some degree you just have to have kind of a respect for them. So I think I'm going to go Central for this one.
Yeah, I'm going with Central also. They're an all-around exceptional team, and it's going to be hard to beat Central, so Central.
I agree. We saw what happened with us, and as much as I would want Mary Montgomery to come through, I just think Central's going to win.
I think the Central home crowd will really show up for this one, and Mary Montgomery won't even stand a chance against the Red Devils, so Central. Yeah,
Central is just like Maddie said, all around, an exceptional team. But yeah, this team is insane. I watched them against Prattville last week. Central's the real deal. They'll win this game, and they'll look on to playing the winner of Enterprise and Baker and probably win that game too. So, and now we move into the game before ours, which is a Region 3 versus Region 4 matchup, and it is between number 3 seed Hewitt-Trussville, who finished the season at 7-3, coming out of Region 3, and they're going away against number 2 seed Florence, who finished the season at 8-2, coming out of Region 4. Who do y'all got between Hewitt-Trussville and Florence?
So Hewitt-Trussville is technically on paper at least the underdog pick, but as we mentioned before, Region 3 is just different entirely. So even though they have a slightly worse record, I have to go Hewitt Trustville for this one.
Yeah, I agree with Cal on this one. They've played harder opponents, and so their wins mean more. So I'm going with Hewitt Trustville.
Also gonna agree. Even though they have a off record, I think they're gonna win by like a better amount.
Yeah, Hewitt Trustville, 3 losses, Central, Hoover, Thompson, 3 of the best teams in the state. I think Hewitt Trustville will go into Florence and win this game.
I'm actually going to disagree with all y'all here. I'm gonna get Florence because for one reason, it's playoff time, and so Auburn season can end at any moment. I don't think it'll be this week, hopefully, but yeah, I think Auburn season can end at any moment, and so if I want to end up finishing, first in the picks, I'm gonna have to pick some that are different than Fab. But also, this game, the spread, if you go on to AHS, FHS, the spread is even for this game, so which is not usual for a high school game. And so in that case, I'm going to have to go with what Cal usually goes with, which is home field advantage. I think Florence has the home field advantage. This is a huge game for them because Florence, yes, they've been good in the past few years, but this season they look exceptionally good. And so I think they'll beat Hewitt Trustville at home in a very tight matchup. And now we move into your game of the night, which is between coming out of Region 1, the 3 seed, Fairhope, who finished 8-2 and was actually the second to last team in 7A football to be undefeated besides your Auburn Tigers, who are playing at home. They're the number 2 seed coming out of Region 2. They finished the season at 9-1. Who do y'all got between Fairhope and your Auburn Tigers?
I am an Auburn fan through and through. And I don't think Auburn is the type to trip at the first step. So I think round 1, I think we definitely have this.
Exactly. It's our first playoff games. I think we're going to do great if we just go 100%.
I think some people are kind of overlooking Fairhope, but I think Fairhope's a really good team. Just like a really tough loss at home versus Baker, who is not the best team. And I think Auburn will show out, and the home crowd will show out. I think Auburn will actually win this game by a lot. Yeah,
I'm going to have to agree with Taylor and the rest of the room. I think Fairhope, they really caught me off guard with that loss to Baker because going into that loss, they were 6-1. They looked like they might have been able to pass Foley, who they lost to earlier in the season, to win the region title. But they lost 42-10 at home against Baker. I think that loss caught everybody off guard. And for that reason, I'm going to have to go Auburn by a lot. I think they win this game, get ready for the second round of the playoffs, and keep chasing that state championship, which they've wanted ever since they lost to Thompson 2 years ago. I think they'll, get started on the right foot. Like Taylor said, I think this will be a cruise, and I think they'll get ready for the second round.
I think sometimes Auburn overlooks some games, and I think that we might, at the beginning, not be the best Auburn we can be, but I think Auburn will be able to pull it out in the end, and it'll be a good game. So yeah, I pick Auburn.
Woo! Yeah. Yay! And that'll do it for AHS Countdown. But don't go anywhere because coming up we'll have the AHS Band's pregame show and then kickoff not long after that. But for myself, as well as the rest of the crew here at AHS Countdown, as well as a big thank you to our guest picker, Maddie Bingham, we hope you enjoy the game, and we hope to see you this Thursday when Auburn basketball plays their season opener as well as their home opener against Carver Montgomery in what should be our first AHS Countdown live. So be sure to tune into that. But that's going to do it, and we'll see y'all next time.
Cause all I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Using meth taught me everything about freedom, only not like you think. It taught me how easy it is to lose your freedom, how meth can take control until you find yourself doing whatever meth tells you to do. Before you get there, while you still can, take a stand for yourself. If you feel yourself losing your freedom to meth, ask for help. Accept the help. It's worth it. You have the power to be truly free and be the person you want to be. I know. I'm Jan, and I'm free from meth.
If you or someone you know is struggling with meth, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential treatment referral. Learn more at samhsa.gov/meth.
Our story was begun by someone else. Our story was often shaped by generations before them. Our story was forged and maybe even defined by the experiences of our childhood. But it doesn't need to be. You can be the author. Learn how at numberstory.org.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
My name is Carly, I'm 15 years old and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I step out on stage, I think I'm communicating with people. I would like to tell them that I want to make a change in life. Like, yeah, you can have 2 heart transplants, but that doesn't stop you from doing the things that you love. When I get my driver's license, of course I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor because I've been saved twice. So who says I can't save somebody else? It's just the beginning of a new story.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. For many people, HPV hides inside them and they never develop symptoms. But for others, HPV links directly to cancer. My cancer almost ended my career. It almost ended me. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. The HPV vaccine is recommended for 11 to 12-year-olds, and a catch-up vaccine may be an option for teens and young adults. Talk to your doctors. You don't want HPV hiding inside your body like HPV has been hiding inside this commercial. Did you see all of them? Go to thinkaboutthelink.org to look again and learn more. Together, we can stop cancer before it starts.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones,
Yeah, I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. That one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn on ones. The finger ones. The pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Thoughts of suicide may feel impossible to overcome, but with help and support, you can find hope and meaning. Call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK to speak to a counselor, or visit suicidepreventionlifeline.org. It's free, it's confidential, it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And even if it feels like it, you're not alone.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I keep hearing how things are getting back to normal. Really? When am I back to normal? What is normal anyway? I can't even remember. Is this normal? Seriously? No. Was this ever normal? Please. I think this used to be normal. Then I figured out. Just stop it. So much has changed. No wonder nothing feels normal. But here I am, still standing. A brand new edition of me. This is no time to go back to anything. It's time to go forward and discover the new person I am now. I'm all in. For some great tips on finding your new normal, visit yourlifeyourvoice.org. You look familiar.
When stress shows up, it can be hard to see. Maybe you can't sleep. Or you feel sad and you don't know why. Or maybe it's worse. Because stress can knock you down. It can hurt your health and your relationships. If you've lost a job, worry about your next meal, or have trouble making it through the day, we can help. Text STRESS to 211-211 to find a solution.
On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Kristen Harry, Principal Dr. Shannon Pignato, and Director of Athletics Dan Norton, Auburn High School welcomes you to Doug Sanford Stadium, home of the Auburn High School Tigers. Auburn High School values sportsmanship and is committed to maintaining high standards of conduct for wholesome athletic competition. We ask all in attendance at tonight's game to make it your personal responsibility. Thank you for attending tonight's game, and again, welcome to the Duck. Best of luck to our guests from Fairhope. Enjoy the game, and go Tigers. On behalf of the Auburn High School football boosters, our student athletes, coaches, and parents, we want to offer a special thank you to our 2022 sponsors. We appreciate the generosity and support these businesses and individuals provide to our teams and program. Auburn High parents and fans, we encourage you to make it a point to thank all of our sponsors. Signage recognizing sponsors can be found throughout Doug Sanford Stadium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Dr. Kristen Herring, Superintendent of Auburn City Schools, and Dr. Shannon Pignato, Principal of Auburn High School, we welcome you again to Doug Sanford Stadium, home of your Auburn High School Tigers. Now, let's stand up and get into the Auburn spirit as we continue the hunt for the Alabama 7A State Championship. And now for your free game entertainment, we present the award-winning Auburn High School Marching Band. as the band performs the Auburn High School alma mater, conducted by AHS Director of Bands, Miss Tiana Marshall. The colors this evening are presented by the Auburn High School JROTC Color Guard. Please remain standing as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem. Again, welcome to the Duck, and best of luck to our guests from Fairhope. Enjoy the game, and go Tigers!
Captains for tonight's game. For Fairhope, number 1, Caden Creel. Number 4, Quaylen McCants. Number 15, Corey DeVole. And number 18, John Davis. For Auburn High, number 5, D.B. Williams. Number 12, Coleman Granberry. Number 21, Mark Tolan. And number 25, Clark Cleveland. Fairhope wins the toss. They elect to defer to the second half. To start tonight's game, Auburn High will receive. Fairhope will kick and defend the south goal.
Cause we moving in, yeah. This time I came with friends, yeah. With my team we aim to win, yeah. Right now the show begins.
The start of the start of the playoffs, and an interesting note, back deep, one of the returners is Omar Mapson, the freshman running back, along with Logan Blomeyer and Ian Nation.
Yeah, Omar got to dress out last week, and I got to see him for the first time. Really impressed. Had an outstanding run that I thought he punched it in right there at the 1, but looked really good doing it.
I talked to him after the game earlier this week as the 9th grade had a game, and he's on the team, but obviously not playing as the playoffs are going on. And I said, Omar, I thought you were going to get in. He looked dead at me and goes, I was in.
May have been. I was a little surprised here that Fairhope decided to defer. I thought that with the way that their quarterback was playing, you're on the road, that's your guy. Give him the opportunity to have the ball in his hands to start this game, but they elect to kick off, play defense, and take the ball in the second half.
The kicker is listed as number 39, which is a defensive lineman. William Gerhardt will be the kicker. And it will be an onside kick, and it's a loose ball. Still loose. Tigers jump on it as it's Gibson Longridge is the one that jumps on it. There is a flag. I think it might have been thrown for illegal touching, but I think that went 10 yards before it got touched, as we can see it on the replay. I think what might have been thrown is the guy that's hitting the offensive player. We'll see what it is. But as I'm sitting here looking at it and trying to find the kickoffs here for Fairhope, as they do a good job of putting all their stuff online. As I think that one was a kicker strictly for the onside kick, as Fairhope shows exactly what we thought was going to be the case. They come out swinging, no penalty on the play, 1st and 10, Auburn High School, as they will take over from the Fairhope 46-yard line,
Well, the kicker
or from the Auburn 46-yard
the
line.
kicker did a really good job of giving them a chance. And I think that he may have been the guy that bobbled the opportunity to get that ball. But for Auburn to land on it and start with great field position.
Two-back set here for the Tigers. D.V. Williams and Blake's in. It's a handoff to D.V. D.V. puts his foot in the ground, gets outside. Going to get to the 50-yard line before he scampers out of bounds. Tigers run left. There's a surprise. They're actually going to mark him short of the 50 at the 49. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play.
Yeah, Auburn attacking the left and attacking the boundary, something we'll hear probably all night. And that time Fairhope shifted from their original alignment to try to get Auburn to just miss assignment.
Tigers will send tight end and Jack Hudson off to the right. Two-back look once again. Pittman has it, drops back. Here comes a blitz. He wants the corner out, looking for Ian Nation. Incomplete as he had to get rid of it as the pressure was coming from the outside. Incomplete, third down coming.
Yeah, get pressure from that from his right side fairly quickly, but just delivered that one too tall for Ian Nation and corner route into the boundary.
Third down and 5. Tigers at about 48% on the season, as there is a stoppage on the play, and here we go. Logan Blomeyer has to check out, and Marcellus Josephson will check in, and Coach Etheridge is about to have a conniption as it's because the knees aren't covered by the knee pads. And now Ian Nation will have to get a different band to make sure he knows what routes he's supposed to run on this upcoming third down and 5. Tigers 48% on the season on third down last week, 6 of 7. 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. Pittman has it. It's a bad snap. He steps up out of pressure, makes one guy miss. The second guy is going to get him, and stepping up and making the play looks like that was number 32 coming through on the play, Brooks Bradsfield. There's a stop for the Pirates. And also on third down, a big third down, a bad snap.
A bad snap. Auburn's got a backup center in because of injury that happened this week in practice to the starting center. And that time on the first third down opportunity, the snap looked like it hit the back end of his back end and just never got to Clyde Pittman. But again, they had pressure. Had a lot of guys coming in for the opportunity to make a play in the backfield.
Ben Mosley back deep to return. McKinnell gets a high spiraling kick, and it's going to land short of the returner. And now a great roll. Fairhope returner runs up on it, and it runs right past his hand, and it will be touched down at the 11-yard line. And the Auburn defense will get their first swing against this explosive, run-heavy Pirates offense.
Yeah, that was a good job by Fairhope there of overcoming the onside kick and not allowing Auburn to even pick up the first down. And then their punt returner almost scared them to death right there by running up and trying to field that ball.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning
On Fairhope. Might have been because their coaches were coming unglued at the returner.
It probably was.
Making sure that he didn't touch the ball. Caden Creel will be the quarterback for the Pirates. 5'10", 180, a senior. Him and Clyde Pittman will be in the North-South All-Star game in a couple of weeks. They will be teammates in that game. 3 receivers to the near side, a tight end to the far side of the formation, which is the short side. Creel calls for it. It's a straight drop back, and now it looked like an RPO, and he will roll out, and he'll scramble around. No gain on the play as Auburn High School defensive line got some good pressure there.
Yeah, I think that was a design draw the whole time, and good job right there by Mark Toland of just keeping the edge and not allowing him to run free.
Here comes tempo, and it's an empty set for the Pirates. Creel looking over to the sideline to get his sign. Here comes some jet motion to the other side of the formation, dropping it, and there's a swing pass. Tigers are going to have to jump all over that one. Incomplete pass. Clark Cleveland was flowing. But the other thing you saw on the interior there, cut blocks, we're going to see that all night long.
Yep, going to see that. Try to eliminate, get those guys' hands down. But I couldn't tell what happened.
He just dropped it.
Well, Clark Cleveland made sure of it because he got a good contact right there to end that play.
Third down and 10 for the Pirates here on their first drive of the game. Creel has it, drops back, now is going to roll. Looking right, he's going to step up in the pocket. Here comes pressure, makes one guy miss, makes the second guy miss. Here comes Pete Davis. He's going to lose contain, but be fast enough to, actually that was Jaden Walker, to force Creel outside. Gain of 4, but you saw right there how elusive Creel can be, and it wasn't just playing against who he was playing against. He is legit quick.
Yep, no doubt about it. He cut back all the way against the grain, started left, and then came back around, wrapped around the entire Auburn defense, got outside of the containment man here, but at the last moment, Auburn's corner is able to push him out, and force a fourth down punt here from the end zone.
Ryan McNeil will be your punter for the Pirates. He's in his own end zone. Back deep is Ian Nation. His heels will be at the 50-yard line. 6 seconds left to go here on the play clock. Fairhope gets it off in time. Tigers kind of bluff show pressure, high punt, great punt, and it's going to land short. That's one that Ian Nation probably will run up and catch, and the release will, or the bounce will be touched down at about the 46-yard line, 44-yard line. Tigers have it pretty close to where they had it on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, I knew when that ball came off the foot, it was high. It was kind of a upside down spiral. That thing was going to drop heavy, and that's a tough one to catch as the punt returner. Luckily for Auburn, that thing didn't hit and take a big Fairhope roll.
So the Tigers will take over now. We'll see what Auburn does at quarterback. As it is Pittman. Zone read, inside handoff. No. Pittman keeps it as he does so well all year long, stays with it. Wow, I thought he got across the 50, and they're going to put him back at the 48-yard line. No, they are putting it back at the 48-yard line. Wow. That is a bad spot. Second down and about 8 coming now. Pittman in the gun, claps a hand, and he's going to leave it for Davion Williams. Davion Williams very patient with 2 pullers in front of him. This time for sure across the 50-yard line to the 48. Gain of 4, third down and short coming.
Yeah, nice patient run that time by Davion, and I still don't know what the deal was on that first down spot. That was not good at all, but Auburn again with a third and medium opportunity.
Third down and 5. Pittman has it, wants a quick screen to Nation. Nation makes the catch, first down yardage, and he will get across the 45-yard line. I said first down yardage because it depends if you mark it where this guy is. It's at the 37-yard line, and that is first down yardage, and it will be 3rd and 5, gain of 6, and that is the first catch of the night for Ian Nation.
And it was a good job of just taking what they gave. There was one defender out here. Griffin McLean comes up and makes a nice block on the corner, and it allows Nation to cut up for the first down.
Empty set for Pittman. He'll clap his hands, and Fairhope jumps off sides, not called. Oh, goodness gracious, Coach. Guys, there will be a flag on a sideline warning at some point in time against Auburn High School. These coaches are not happy right now. Pittman drops back. Here comes the blitz. Pittman tries to escape as it will be a sack, big sack, loss of 9, maybe 10, as Fairhope brought 6 or 7, and coming out of the game is actually Auburn High had to sub in, I believe, Clem Womack as Avery Ferris checks back in, and it's going to be a loss of 9 on the sack, second down and 19. It looks like Fairhope has just decided to bring the house.
Yeah, they brought 6 last time and just nowhere to go.
DV Williams in motion. Pittman claps the hands, will drop back, looks over the middle. Now we'll throw it to DV. Has his receiver. He'll make the first guy miss. Back to the initial line of scrimmage, and there's going to be a flag on the play. Braden Joyner is not happy as ending up on the ground was Holden Brock, the linebacker. We'll see what the call is. The holding call that was called from the sideline was thrown after the runner was tackled at the 40-yard line. The flag is back here on the Auburn High 43-yard line. It was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. It was thrown late. This is going to be a second down and about 35.
Oh, I see. They called a takedown.
It was a pancake.
Yeah, they called him for a takedown. I mean, that no bearing on the play at all. Like you said, the play was done.
Is a bad call, too.
Not a good call.
Second down and 32. Pittman has it, play action, drops back, steps up in the pocket, wants his double post. Jack Hudson was there, but a nice play over the top by the defensive back as Hudson had to slow down a little bit. Third down and 32 coming.
Yeah, a little bit underthrown right there from Clyde. Had a safety that was playing underneath, another guy over the top, just over the outstretched hands of the safety that goes up to make the play, and just not in a position for Jack Hudson to be able to come down with that ball.
The double post worked perfectly, made the safety drive on the underneath one, had the second one open, just underthrew it a bit. 7:41, no score here. Third and 32 for the Tigers, and the Tigers will hand it off to DV. DV will lower his shoulder, get across the 40-yard line, and it will be a gain of about 9 on the play, and it will be punting time for Auburn High School as penalties and a sack kill that drive.
Yeah, Fairhope being really aggressive defensively, bringing a lot of guys. Auburn not being able to keep Clyde Pittman just free from the pressure and getting them in bad position. But the hold that time on Braden Joyner really put a kink in that drive, and just not a good call.
McKinnell back deep to punt. There's the snap. Time Fairhope brings some pressure. High spiraling kick. It's going to hit at the 15 and roll, and the returner is going to track it down, and very, very dangerous. The coverage is there. It's going to be tackled right at the 15-yard line, and that's where Fairhope will take over.
Yeah, he needs to just come up and catch those balls. I mean, as an Auburn guy, I'm hoping that he makes a bad decision and it just hits him and lands into our lap. But second time in a row, this time he does go over and field the ball. But Auburn right there to make the tackle as soon as he picks it up.
Krill back on back on the field for his second drive. We haven't seen any kind of motion or the triple option look that Fairhope has run a lot this year. 3 receivers to the wide side. Krill in the gun, claps his hands. And that's a zone read trying to get outside, and there will be a flag on the play, and it's going to be an offsides or a false start, and it's going to be a false start against Fairhope thrown from the Auburn sideline.
Yeah, crowd's getting into it.
That's right in front of the Auburn student section.
It is, and the Fairhope crowd made some noise when they made some plays early on. Auburn crowd trying to get into it and come up big right there with a first down penalty.
2-by-2 set for Krill. Krill has it, drops back, wants the swing route. Coming up is Andre Emilius to force the initial issue. Coleman Granberry flows over, as well as Octavian Brown, close to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and about 11.
Yeah, you called it with number 7, Emilius, coming up strong from that safety position and just outside in, and allows the rest of the defenders to get to the ball.
Empty set with an up back now as the running back and the receiver motion out wide. Krill has it, drops back, wants the out route. Graham Young jumps all over the out route. What a generous spot. Out to the 19-yard line, gain of 5, third down and about 6.
Yeah, Graham was all on it. I mean, Fairhope really just trying to find the voids, take what Auburn's willing to give them. They try to pick on a safety covering the running back out of the backfield, but Graham Young gets down there in a hurry to make the play.
Krill has it, drops back, and he rolls. There's pressure, and Tigers will get him down this time. They're going to be a sack back to the 15-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play as the Tigers able to get pressure early on that one and blew up the rollout. Punting time.
Yeah, that was Clark Cleveland is the guy that comes up and keeps containment, forces the quarterback to cut the ball back up, and then the rest of the slew of Auburn defenders get there to finish the play. And that's important with this guy. We saw the last series that the quarterback, Hayden Creel, is able to really break out of there and make the plays with his legs. So the entire defense can't expect your teammate to get that play down. You got to expect that he's going to break loose and you can get there to help.
Kick away from Nation. Nation is going to let it bounce, and it's going to roll and roll and roll as it's going to roll across the 35 and will be touched down at about the 33-yard line. Fairhope has watched they've watched the film. They know that Ian Nation is very, very dangerous. Nice punt there. Tigers will take over at the 33, their own 33, the worst field position of the night.
Both of these punt returners really kind of struggling with how they want to field that ball. You know, the stakes are higher. It's the playoffs. Every possession matters. You don't want to come up and bobble one, give away a possession, but you also don't want to allow that ball to roll and give away free yards.
Tigers line up in a 2 tight end set. Davis Harson into the game, claps a hand, inside zone read, and that was Flakes who was a half hair away. Gain of about 3 on the play, second down and 7.
Yeah, hit that hole hard. He's not the patient. Let's sit and find a hole. He's going to run right to the first opening he sees, get north and south, and that was a nice play by their middle linebacker to bring him down for 3.
Because Avery Ferris almost had the block as the linebacker able to avoid it and come down with a play. Handoff to Flakes. Flakes just looking for any crease, and he now, with great leg drive, is going to get across the 40-yard line gain of about 4, maybe 5, brings up a third down and about 2 here with 4:18 left to go in the opening quarter, no score.
Yeah, they are sold out to stop the run. I mean, they've got tons of guys in the box. They are attacking defensively. And that time, you're right, number 6 for Auburn, Flakes did a really good job of just being strong.
Arson looks over, and once again, it's a 2 tight end set on 3rd down and 2. Arson claps a hand, give to Flakes. Flakes bounces outside, should have his first down yardage, goes through an arm tackle across the 45 to about the 47, gain of 6 on the play, 1st down.
Yeah, really good job coming this way. You get the guard pulling over. You get the tight end coming to lead around the edge at that left side of the Auburn offensive front, able to get a nice push. And Tyler Flakes does a good job of picking up that first down.
Tigers stay with the 12 personnel. Ian Nation, the slot receiver. Marcellus Josephson, the outside receiver on the wide side. Arson in the gun, and it's dropped back and wants a screen. Has Nation. There will be a flag on the play. It's a quick whistle or a quick flag on the play. Should be a gain of about 5 on the screen. We'll see what the call is. I'm not sure what it could be. I know in that area it's normally a hold. It's going to be a hold on Auburn.
Wow, it came out fast. I mean, before the ball was delivered, and that ball got out quick on the screen. I must have called somebody for just yanking somebody down.
It's exactly what they called. Man, these guys are flag happy right now. The guard who was releasing, he grabbed the guy and just ripped through. And Coach Etheridge just having a long conversation with the official that is right next to him. It's going to be 1st down and a lot.
Yep. And once again, a holding penalty really puts Auburn behind the sticks here.
Arson has it, gives it to Flakes. Flakes runs right into the linebacker, and he's going to run hard, get about 5, maybe 6 on the play on 1st down and 23.
Yeah, well, he's pushing that pile forward. He hits it with a full head of steam and, picks up several yards here after contact like he did on the last drive.
2nd down and about 18 on the play, gain of 6 on that one. See if Tigers want to take a shot here. 2:40 left to go in the opening quarter. Arson in the gun, brings motion, that's Ian Nation, to a bunch set. High snap, drops back, wants the post to Josephson. Incomplete and bounce off his hands, and Blomeyer was the closest guy to it on the ricochet. 3rd down and 18 coming.
Yeah, they've got to be running a one free concept, because everything across the middle, there's a second defender that's showing up and competing for those balls. That time it becomes double coverage, and their 2 guys make a nice play on the ball on that skinny post.
I know Fairhope played a lot of cloud cover 3 coverage on the year. Looks like they're showing something a little bit different here in the 1st round of the playoffs. Also looks like they are bracketing Ian Nation here on the near side. Arson has it, play action, will drop back. And looking for somebody to come free, he'll roll to his right and will now throw it.
Oh.
He had Jack Hudson, but he also got hit late, incomplete. And the Tigers will have to punt, as that is their 5th 3rd down opportunity already, but 2 of them by more than 15 yards.
Well, I think it was a good job there by Fairhope bracketing Nation. That's where he wanted to go. That's the guy that he looks to in those situations. He did a good job of buying time coming to his left, and Jack Hudson did break open beyond the 1st down marker, but just because of the pressure, because of rolling left, that ball sailed on him and just couldn't deliver a strike.
McKenna once again will punt. Back deep is Mosley. High punt. Spiraling kick will turn over, and Mosley will catch it, and he'll have it about the 28-yard line. As we have a break, Jack Hudden will join the broadcast with a score.
Hey, Scott, so we're paying attention down south to the Dothan-Foley game. Get this, first drive of the game, Dothan has gone down, taken off most of the 1st quarter, and leads that one 8-0 down in the Gulf. Back to you, Scott.
1st to 35 wins that game. I'm calling it right now. Thanks, Jack. Best field position of the night for Fairhope. It'll be at their own 30-yard line. Krill in the gun, 3 receivers set with a tight end attached. Play action, wants to slant, and outreaches are just a little bit too far out in front, as number 2, Ben Mosley, then ends up meeting Graham Young.
Paid a heavy price for that one. That's on Saturdays, that one's a flag on Graham Young just for the extra hit right there at the end. But hey, he knows the rules of high school football, and that was an aggressive play, and he's setting a tone early in this football game about what happens when you come over the middle.
Fairhope will switch their formation, a stack to the wide side of the field. Here comes jet motion to now a trip set. Krill will have it and wants the screen once again. Tigers got to flow to that one a little bit better. Gain of about 5. Second time we've seen that look. Passing complete on the play. There is a flag. This will probably be a chop block right in the middle, as they found on the play, they found Sanders Danielle. And it is a chop block, isn't it? As I don't think there wasn't a high-low. I just think you ended up getting 2 people going at one defensive player's legs.
Well, Coleman Granberry was in there, and I didn't know if somebody just was shoving him after the play, if somebody was doing something a little dirty at the bottom of the pile. But it was definitely involved him, and he does a good job of not to retaliate.
Since it's second down, that will be an in-ball, which means I think it will be the cut block.
Yeah.
So second down and 25 now. .156 and counting left to go here in the opening quarter. No score. Inside give, and Creel pulls, and a nice read. First down yardage and then some. He's got one guy to beat. He's into the open field. 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. That's a clip.
Yep.
Touchdown Creel. It's not going to count.
Yep.
We wondered how athletic was this guy, quarterback, going to be on everything that we've heard. Folks, he is special, and he is nifty, and in open space, he is a problem. The Tigers are going to have to find a way to get him down. That is a great run, and it's also a clear block in the back as Jaden Walker was about to attempt to make one final effort to make a tackle, and it's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down yardage for the Pirates.
You're not going to get this guy with arm tackles and coming up and diving at his legs. He's too shifty to be able to do that. Auburn generally a very good team tackling in open space, but that time they really took the lead back and just destroyed him on the zone read. Quarterback made a great pull. We just missed him in the hole.
53-yard gain even without the penalty. Creel in the gun. He's probably gassed after the 75-yard weaving run, and he throws a little hitch right over the middle of the field. Good yardage on first down. Tigers swarm to it. It's going to be a gain of about 8 on 1st and 10 as the pass was complete.
Yeah, that's always been the void that I talk about from up here that people could take. I mean, Auburn gives that most of the time. Sometimes we'll bring a guy down and try to limit it, but Fairhope finds it, takes a free 8.
3 receivers to the wide side of the field. Play action pass for Creel. Creel reads, and here comes pressure, throwing it to the flats. Has the receiver open, who makes a great play to get around Octavian Brown. He finds Preston Godfrey, first down yardage inside the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, as Creel is pretty darn sporty back there.
Yeah, he gave up about 15 yards right there, just giving some time, and just at the last moment, he's able to get that ball off, throws it sidearm. Receiver was running back against the flow, and so that caught Auburn's defense off guard, and they're able to get a first down at the 5.
Heavy set with a lot of backs and a lot of tight ends here. Here comes motion. Creel will have it, and he's going to pick and choose. No, he looks to pop pass. Granberry flowing out there with him. Creel faster. Touchdown Pirates as he's into the end zone before he loses the ball. 6-0 Pirates lead with 31 seconds left to go here. And there is a flag on the play right inside at about the 7-yard line. Well, I complained about them when they threw them on Auburn. Now they're going. It looks like they threw another one on Fairhope. Flags aplenty here in the first quarter. Chop block.
Another one.
Second one.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of cut blocking. You got to be careful. You can't engage somebody while someone else goes low. They tried to run a little hot pass right there, and he steps up into the pocket, and Auburn covers it well, but by covering it well, we gave up contain, and that made Coleman Granberry be the inside-out defender, and he just got outran to the pylon.
The left guard slipped and was trying to block as the defensive tackle was engaged with the center. That's what happened on that one. First down and goal from the 20-yard line. Creel has it, drops back, wants a screen, has his receiver, but a nice job flowing. Rico Speaks in there, going to be a gain of about 6. Second down and goal from the 14-yard line.
Yeah, good job of getting a lot of hats to the football right there, bringing them down and living to see another day. They had the offense, they had it set up. They just we got a couple of guys there before that wave of offensive linemen could get there.
Blink and you'll miss it into the first quarter. No score, a lot of penalties, a lot of punts here between Auburn and Fairhope as we got a defensive one brewing in the first quarter here in the 7A playoffs. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. For many people, HPV hides inside them and they never develop symptoms. But for others, HPV links directly to cancer. My cancer almost ended my career. It almost ended me. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. The HPV vaccine is recommended for 11 to 12-year-olds, and a catch-up vaccine may be an option for teens and young adults. Talk to your doctors. You don't want HPV hiding inside your body like HPV has been hiding inside this commercial. Did you see all of them? Go to thinkaboutthelink.org to look again and learn more. Together, we can stop cancer before it starts.
The field for the Pirates. They have it second and goal from the 14-yard line here as Caden Creel has been everything as advertised and then some. Hard count, and he'll drop back, and here comes a screen, and it's open to the tight end. First down or touchdown from 13 yards out. There will be another flag on the play. It is a holding, and what makes you upset if you're Fairhope, that guy was double teamed, and the flag came from the goalpost at the 10-yard line. The Fairhope coaches explode from the forward sideline. What a play call.
Yeah, great play call. Caught Auburn off guard because Auburn has everybody in the backfield, and you know, again, it's another
touchy.
Yeah, another one behind the play, another one that had no bearing on the outcome. Even as an Auburn guy up here, you know, that's a tough one to swallow, and now they're going to get a flag on the coach.
That'll probably be a sideline warning. I'll say this. Somebody has to tell that back judge he doesn't need to come running in like that. Because Coach Carter is hot on that play, and he is very, very upset. And he has a right to be upset, and the back judge comes flying in. That's just not necessary, not needed. It escalates the situation. And what I did not see is if I think it was just the sideline warning, unless you got an unsportsmanlike. But the ball
They already had a sideline warning earlier in the game.
You're right, so that should be a 15-yard penalty. There's your unsportsmanlike on Fairhope, and that is going to make this it's a 10-yard penalty on the hold from the spot, and then a 15-yarder. This is a 25-yard penalty.
Wow. I mean, they were. It was first and goal at the 5.
2 touchdowns on this drive.
2 touchdowns. Really a great play call, though, by Fairhope. They put trips to one side. I think they either motioned the guy to a quads or lined up in quads, and then just threw it to the tight end on the tight end screen. Blocked it well. Auburn had one defender out there, and Pete Davis, who wasn't going to be able to make the play. He drew the holding penalty, so you got to credit his effort there. But the coaching staff for Fairhope still has 4 of 5 officials over there that they're having discussions with.
It is second down and goal from the 35-yard line. And what you're upset is Fairhope has called some stuff that you get one shot to call.
Right, yeah.
And it's worked, but now you kind of can't go back to it. It's hard to go back to a throwback tight end screen on the call sheet because you've shown your hand on it.
And the jump pass.
Yeah.
They tried to run a jump pass where their first touchdown was called back on the chop block.
3 personal fouls against Fairhope on this drive. Creel in the gun. Plenty of time left on the play clock. Hill has it, and he'll drop back. Tigers running, basically being very, very safe. There will be a flag on the play. It is not an automatic first down. This will be second down and goal from the 20-yard line. And what's bad is that had no chance of being called.
I know, but panicked. You know, we panicked right there because we were a step or two behind the post. Creel throws it up. He just kind of lofts it. He's overthrown the ball on that play, overthrown the receiver. But our safety, King, I don't know if that was King or if that was
I think it was King.
Yeah, he panicked right there, and he's missed some time recently because of some injuries that he's had to battle, and working his way back out here into the playing rotation. And you know, a big moment like that, he didn't want to give up a touchdown.
I'll say that, but if they haven't subbed, it was Amelius back there on the green gloves, not King. As Tigers have put their two corners and their safety turn corner with the three receivers, and put Graham Young to the boundary side over here. Creel has it, second goal from the 20, dropping back is Creel, and he's going to plant, spin around, have some pressure, trying to get away from Cleveland. Here comes more pressure. He'll throw it away, incomplete, over the head of an intended receiver. Third down. All right, I was in the coach's office, and they threw the name out about the quarterback, and I wasn't going to throw it out until I saw him and saw how he played. It's Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, I saw the Briarwood parents saying the same thing last week, and his whole game, it looks like PlayStation, you know, just drop your quarterback back and avoid the defense and chunk it down the field.
2x2, or two back set. Here comes motion from the far receiver to the inside, and he's going to move in. Now look to go outside. Creel has it, and now it looks like Will Walker and Jordan Reese are going to stuff the play. Loss back to the 5-yard, or loss of 5 back to the 25-yard line. It's going to set up a 42-yard field goal.
Well, and that's how you have to do it right there. You got to condense the pocket. You've got to give him very small lanes to run through, and you got to get multiple bodies to the football. That time he just didn't have a lot of room to operate. Auburn squeezed it, and finally he had just had to give up because there were so many bodies there.
On to attempt the PAT is Ryan McNeil. 41-yard field goal right down the middle of the field. Kick is up long enough, and that kick is good. 10:45 left to go here. We have a score, and it's from Fairhope. They'll take a 3-0 lead. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. Tigers will return, and they'll be down by 1 score. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Gerhardt will be kicking things off. Blomeyer along with Ian Nation and Omar Mabson are back deep. And they're going to sky kick it, coming back and are going back on it, making the fair catch. Will be an Auburn up back in Gibson Long Ridge. Let Omar catch it. Come on.
But just catch it and pitch it back to Omar.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get there.
And
but he's doing what he's taught to do.
Absolutely.
In that position, they tell him fair catch it.
As we have a score, Jack, good luck trying to get everything that happened in that drive. There were 35 yards of penalties, maybe more.
So after adding up everything, after doing some quick math, Scott, I've got roughly about a 43-yard drive with a 53-yard run tacked on a field goal at the end, Scott.
Appreciate it. Davis Harson, or actually no, Clyde Pittman, first down yardage as he kept cutting and then tried to cut again and then finally went upfield. Gain of 14 on the play. First down yardage, actually gain of 13 by Clyde Pittman. Clyde can run. He doesn't have a lot of wiggle, and so it's straight line, and that time it was straight forward, straight left. But either way, gain of 13 on a nice read.
Hey, Clyde finds the hole, and then he finds a white jersey to run over. I mean, he just ran straight sideways to run through somebody.
2-by-2 set for Pittman in the gun. Tigers down by 3. Pittman has it, drops back, and looks for the squeeze. Has his receiver in Hudson as the linebacker read it and dropped into that coverage zone. And nice job of not forcing it too quick. Gain of about 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
But you can tell Fairhope's well prepared. I mean, he did make a perfect drop right into the throwing lane, just didn't get his head on the swivel.
And to D.V. Williams, nice cutback, and the ball comes out. As it will be 1st down Fairhope at the 42-yard line. So the bugaboo for Auburn again in their lone loss was the fumble, and that time it shows its head again. 1st down Fairhope. They have a 3-0 lead, looking for more.
Yeah, just he gets stood up, the ball gets ripped out, and it just bounces directly to a guy from Fairhope. The safety's just standing there, literally over the ball. He can't help but catch it. It hits him right in the chest, and no return. Auburn's right there to put him down, but Fairhope just continually getting better and better field position as this game goes on, and they take over in Auburn territory.
Empty set for Creel. As he'll make his calls. Give a little hand signal to the 3 receiver side, and he'll have it and drop back and wants to tight end and throws it right on the money to about the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 7. Auburn had a free runner there, but quick feet, quick hands for Creel. Gets the ball to it, and also the linebacker slowed down, expecting some type of movement. 2nd down and 3 coming.
Yeah, you see the timidity that number 1 has put in this Auburn defense. They typically run through quarterbacks, and that time they slow down as they get close to it.
Inside zone, as running hard is number 4, Matthew Bernard. Actually, now check that. That's Quanlin McCants, 5'9", 215, 1st down yardage to the 30, inside the 31, gain of 3 on 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, Clark Cleveland comes up and makes the tackle, but he didn't get the better end of that exchange right there, and they pull forward for the 1st down. Big running back.
Again, same look we've seen most of the night from Fairhope. Trying to get outside zone. That should be a hold, and it is. So what Fairhope is doing is they're moving the tight end. The 3 receivers are staying to the wide side of the field, and they're moving the tight end around to the quad set or to the outside set. And that time Rico Speaks tries to get released. You see the outside hands on the outside of the jersey. We've given we've given a lot of slack to the officials. That one was an easy call.
Yeah, that one was. You can see it. They've got a left tackle that is a senior, but he's only 210 pounds, and he's had a hard time right there of containing the defensive end.
Auburn not set. Here comes pressure. Auburn sees screen, throws it over the top of it, and just great job by the running back and the quarterback to get there. Tigers, the defensive linemen saw it, and they dropped back on 1st down and 20, get close to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, it was good recognition, but the quarterback's able to give so much ground with his athleticism and still find number 4 to pick up some yards.
2nd down, actually 11 now, again with the 3 receivers to the wide side. And there's an RPO over the middle of the field. Tigers got a tackle in space. Pete Davis will, and that's going to be a gain of about 2. Set up a 3rd down and about 9.
Auburn's subbing, bringing 4 guys in to be able to chase down this quarterback, and a good job right there by Pete Davis. In that void that we talked about on the last drive, Fairhope picks up about 8 on that play. This time it goes for 1 or 2.
3rd down and 9. Fairhope 0 for 3 on the night. Rolling to the right is Creole. In pressure, spins out of the trouble for one guy.
Wow.
Coleman Granberry is going to be called for a horse collar.
Oh. That wasn't Granberry. That was 14.
It was Cade Rayburn then.
Rayburn, yeah. And he came flying up. And, man, horse collar was the last thing I thought that I saw.
Personal foul, horse collar on Auburn. As we're getting the replay now from mass media, no chance. No chance. Absolutely no chance. No chance. The fact that this officiating crew, who has been this flag happy, is here in the 7A playoffs is atrocious. So bad. It's taken away from the game, taken away from great plays by both teams. Creel has it on its quarterback draw as right up the middle, gain of about 5.
Yeah.
And what I don't know is I think that it looks like it wasn't if the sticks are not wrong, that was a 3rd down play call.
Right.
And it's 4th down and about 8.
I got ready to say that was a play call because you're going to go for it here in no man's land. They were just trying to get in 4th down and something they felt comfortable with, but they're going to bring the field goal kicker back out and try a 45, 46-yarder.
Yeah, the tee will be put down at the 35-yard line. This will be a 45-yard field goal with 7.5 left to go here in the second quarter. Kick on the way, long enough, but looks like it is no good. Missed it off to the right. It will count as a touchback, and Auburn High School will take over at the 20. But down by 3 with 7:24 left to go.
Well, I'm glad that the penalty right there didn't come up and bite Auburn, because that was a great play by Cade Rayburn, screaming in there and tackling a tremendously athletic guy for a huge loss. So Auburn's going to take over. Let's see if we can't get that as some momentum right here to drive. We just haven't put anything together offensively to get any kind of rhythm here.
Jack, just give me a thumbs up or a thumb down. You keeping up with penalty yards back there? You do? Man, okay, fine. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Either way, it's a lot on both teams, and it's been big impact. Clyde Pittman has it on. It's a rush run. The defensive end just runs right at Pittman. A little bit low snap. It's going to pick up a yard, maybe 2 on the zone read. Brings up a second down and about 8.
But again, Fairhope had an answer for everyone there. They attack the mesh. They take away the running back, and they have a defender right there ready for Clyde. They do a good job with scouting Auburn this week.
Griffin McLean, the tight end, comes in motion. Nice cut, but again, like that time, the tight end and the running back kind of in different read holes there. Tight end went to go outside, and then the running back goes up as soon as he saw a little bit of grass and flakes. Gain of about 2, 3rd down and 6. This is probably going to come down to, can Auburn find a way to protect and throw?
Yeah, we talked about Auburn really trying to get established on the run and get this on the ground, getting this offensive line moving forward, and just can't quite get to the next level.
Pittman has it, drops back. Has time, looks for the corner route. Ian Nation, no. Logan Blomeyer, nice catch on the far sideline, and he gets the foot down right at the 44-yard line. Gain of 21 by the senior slot receiver, 1st down yardage.
Yeah, great throw. Not a big window to place that one in, and Blomeyer has the sideline coming up on him, has to make sure he keeps his feet in bounds and control that ball. That was a great throw, great catch, outstanding execution. Best offensive play for Auburn this game.
Flakes in the gun next to Pittman. Instant pressure. Flakes runs hard as that time Auburn pulls a guard around, but just immediate inside pressure as it looks like Fairhope has decided they're going to bring pressure right over the new center, Will Ward. And then no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, you're right. A backside pressure. I mean, he could have almost taken the handoff right there, but Auburn does a good job to avoid disaster.
2nd down and 10. Pittman in the gun. Here comes motion, and it's a give, and it's blown up. Ian Nation puts his foot in the ground, tries to get outside. There's going to be a flag on the play, and so we'll see what penalty yards are here as we wait for this to be cleared up. Let's send it to Jack for some penalty yardage.
We've got Auburn with only 3 penalties so far for 25 yards. So a little bit not quite what we were thinking on that. But 3 for 35 yards. Excuse me. But for Fairhope, you've got 7 penalties for 70 yards. That's a total of 105 yards of penalties so far.
Add to it 10 yards against Auburn.
And like right here on this play, Ian Nation goes sideways. He's going to get tackled with a guy grabbing the back of the jersey. No different than what we saw earlier. But this time, I mean, it's literally the same play. It's the same tackle, and the same guy there to make the call. No call this time.
2nd down and about 22. Pittman has it, drops back, and wants the wheel route for Blomeyer. Has him open, and he's going to step out at the 40-yard line. Right in front of the safety was the pass from Pittman. And it's 1st down yardage, gain of 27 on the play.
It's a great pass right there to get it over. I'm still impressed that Fairhope has guys in position, everything we're trying to go at. Even right there, he had to make a throw over the top of a defender in front of another one, and that time I don't think that their secondary thought he could make that throw, and it shocked him.
3 receivers to the wide side of the field. Pittman has it, Reed to Flakes in the open field, cuts up the middle, he's at the 20, breaking across the tackle to about the 15-yard line, 1st down yardage. And holy cow, they're going to I thought it was at the 10, they're going to put him at the 12. That is a gain of 28, and that play will move Auburn High School into the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast Red Zone. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for over 30 years.
burst right through the right side, comes right down the numbers right there, and yeah, just an outstanding run. Nice blocking by the right side of that Auburn offensive line.
2 tight end set. Flakes next to Pittman. Pittman claps the hands, pulling a guard around. Pittman runs right into a middle linebacker. No gain on the play, maybe a yard. 2nd down and 9. With 4:50 left to go here in the 2nd quarter, Tigers down 3-0.
Yeah, their linebacker made a great play in the hole. Comes up, tackles Flakes for no loss, but then immediately gets up and asks for somebody to come in. He's going to lay down now over there on the sideline.
That's a good call. That's going to frustrate some fans, but that is great coaching and exactly what you're supposed to do. As stepping up was Corey Duvall, made a great tackle, and then what you're supposed to do, don't sprint off, get down, and give your timeout.
Well, the problem is they had already subbed in for him, so there's 11 guys out there, and he's standing by the sideline, and he just falls down. I mean, they coached him to do it. They want the opportunity to be able to coach their guys up. But that's why you get the chorus of boos here from the Auburn side.
Yeah, as we haven't had an opportunity to get a lot of breaks in, let's send it to break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Actually, let's hold that as Duvall is now up. Jack, we'll send it to you.
All right, Scott, so looking at the region, we got playoffs happening around Alabama. Dothan has taken a 14-7 lead over Foley. They've scored again. And then down south, Enterprise and Baker. Enterprise on top of Baker right now, 8-7 in that one. Remember that Dothan-Foley game, if Auburn and Dothan win, Dothan comes to Duck Samford next week.
Set 1, Auburn's got to win. Thank you, Jack. Those scores brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. Friendly service from Franklin on East University Drive across from CC's Pizza. Franklin Tire and Auto. 2 receiver set. Once again, a solo receiver on either side. Throw a jump ball to
Ian
Nation.
You take a shot out there.
Here comes motion as there's motion by somebody.
Yeah, they jumped.
There's no flag on the play, but it's offsides. Okay, never mind. He just threw it right at his feet as opposed to getting it out there so everybody can see it. 2nd down and about 5 as half the distance is going to be the call, and it's just outside the 5-yard line.
Well, I'm with you. They got Ian Nation wide. He's got the entire end zone to work with. Think Auburn attacks there.
4:10 and counting left to go. 2 receivers to the left side. Inside handoff for Flakes. Nice cut. 1st down yardage, maybe more. Fighting for the end zone. Is he in? He stood up at the goal line. Blow your whistle, and now you move back. You let the surge push Flakes back. Forward progress got him to the 1-yard line. 1st down and goal coming from the 2-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, you got this close now. I think they'll probably just try to punch it in on the ground. Flake showing a lot of burst as he hits it up in the hole, carrying defenders with him. Got to protect that football here.
Auburn has loved play action boot in these situations, but this feels like a run the ball right at him. Or run the ball to the left even more so. Here comes McLean, run it left. Flakes makes a guy miss. Runs through an arm tackle into the end zone from a yard out. Tigers lead 6-3 with 3:38 left to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, good job. Nice hole. Good vision right there by Tyler Flakes, able to bump it out just outside the left guard here. The hole opens up wide. He jumps through it and meets a guy right at the goal line, runs through it, and gets Auburn on the board. Needed that touchdown right there, Scott.
Absolutely. Tigers for the first time tonight have a lead. 3:38 left to go. High snap. Kick is on the way from Will Best. Kick is up. That kick is good. 3:38 left to go here. 7-3 Tigers lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. to the A. It'll be a touchback, and Fairhope will take over at the 20-yard line. And if you're Auburn, get a stop here, maybe go down and score again.
That'd be huge.
And now let's take this time to send it to Jack Hudden for the drive summary.
Yeah, very quickly, Scott. 8 plays, 75 yards. The Tigers go. 2 big runs from Tyler Flakes, the 28-yarder, and then the big touchdown run from 1 yard out. Tigers on top 7-3, Scott.
Thanks, Jack. And here we go. Let's see. Time to watch the Johnny Manziel dressed as Caden Creel show. 3 receivers once again. Creel has it, hits route. Hello. As coming up and making the tackle there was Andre Emilius making the catch. Ben Mosley, gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Yeah, that was almost it right there. We almost got the high throw that we needed. That thing deflects right there. We've got Coleman Granberry standing there, going to be the guy to pick that off, but a nice play on first down.
Creel has it, and quarterback draw. Deuce White wins immediately, and he's going to drag Creel down. Creel still able to fight forward and not lose as much as he probably should have. Loss of 3 on the play, 3rd down and 9 coming.
That's an athletic play by a big defensive tackle. He not only did he get to Creel, he had to jump over an offensive lineman to do it. Got his big paw on him and was able to bring him down. Outstanding play by a big body in there, defensive tackle.
Deuce White, back from injury, makes the play. Big 3rd down here. Fairhope over on the night. Deuce White, pressure once again. Coleman Granberry pressuring Creel, and it's going to be thrown away. Granberry will hold him up, not tackle him, not get the late hit. 4th down time, and that means Fairhope will have to punt.
Yep, and they don't get to run any time off the clock as they throw the ball away right there. And it was a good job all the way around, backside pursuit. Guys got in there early. You called Deuce White, jumped in there. Coleman Granberry tracks him down and does a really mature thing right there. It's hard when you can't get to a quarterback like this and you finally have a chance to tee off on him. It's hard to resist, and that was an opportunity for him to make a boneheaded play and allow the sticks to move, and he was able to resist that.
Ryan McNeil in the punt. He's had a couple of good ones tonight. High kick. Ian Nation late fair catch, and he'll make it. And Auburn will take over at their own 48-yard line. Nice 3 and out there by the defense after the touchdown. 2.5 left to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, huge job there to get the ball back with an opportunity. You just stole a possession right there, and then a really good job, the best job tonight that Ian Nation has done at fielding a punt. You don't know how many yards you save with that ball hitting and rolling, and some time on the clock here.
Last time out, an 80-yard touchdown drive by the Tigers. It might have been 79. Either way, it was a good touchdown drive. Tigers will stay in that 2 tight end set with 2 receivers to the near side. Check out. It's a normal 11 personnel set, and they find Ian Nation. First down yardage. He'll get out of bounds, and we'll get about 7 on first down, maybe even 8 to set up a second down and short. First time we've just seen a pitch and catch there for Ian Nation against a bailing corner.
Yeah, pretty simple. Both outside receivers run 5-6 yards out routes, and what do they call incomplete? Oh,
illegal sets.
Oh wow! I never saw the flag.
I didn't either. My guess is they called Griffin McLean not on the formation. First down and 15. Tigers have shot themselves in the foot, supposedly, a lot here tonight.
Yeah,
D.V. Williams back in the game.
That's right. That's what I was about to say. First time in since he's fumbled.
Same set here for the Tigers. No flag. Wants the hitch to Josephson. Nice tackle there on the near side on that one. As making the play is number 17, Dixon Davis. Gain of 4 on the play. And I think what Auburn wants to do is see if we can play pitch and catch, make a guy miss, get into space. Gain of 4, second down and 11. Actually, gain of about 3 since it was a long throw, second and 12.
Yeah, it was a tough catch. I mean, the ball was low and away, and he was trying to run back towards the ball, but Josephson does a good job of just wrapping it up. Fairhope just right there on the spot.
Pittman has it, drops back, wants Nation, almost picked. As handsy on it was Davis once again. In a different league at a different time, they might have called that one. Davis 100% got the hands on Nation before the ball got there, but we'll give him this. He was getting his hands there so he could go up and make a play.
That's
almost came up with an interception, or down an 11.
Yeah, he got 2 hands on the ball right there, and really probably should have come down with an interception. I think Clyde Pittman thought that the kid wouldn't be able to run with Ian Nation on that play.
It's the time to start just throwing it away from these safeties. Dropping back is Pittman. He'll step up, and he felt the outside pressure that's going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage on the play. And Fairhope is going to call a timeout with 1:36 as that sack will force a punt. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 1:36 left to go here in the first half. The Tigers lead 7-3. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Tyler McKinnell to punt for Auburn High. Deep to return for Fairhope.
And he's dangerous. And, we just talked about Auburn stealing a possession. Fairhope just does the same right there to end this half by playing really good defense there.
High snap. McKinnell gets it away. He's going to get hit. That's going to be at least 5, should be 15. And fair catch will be made at the 20-yard line. We'll see what the call is. Personal foul, first down Tigers. So the personal foul, and I think that's the 4th or the 5th personal foul against Fairhope. The other 3 were chop blocks. This one, running into the punter, and I think Fairhope, what makes that one worse, I don't think they had a punt block on. I think that was a guy just trying to make a play. Tigers now have an opportunity to punch this one in or set up a field goal, do something to get it to a full score game, if not 2 scores.
Yeah, Auburn's got all their timeouts, 1:29 left on the clock. They'll get the ball at the 39-yard line going in right here. I mean, you just got to take advantage of this.
Ian Nation off to the left in the bunch set. Here comes motion by Blomeyer. Drops back is Pittman. Has his receiver, Jack Hudson, is going to get hit, and he's going to have first down yardage. They're going to say he's inbounds. You know what? The helmet, all parts of the helmet are part of the face mask, and he gets tackled by the back of the helmet. First down yardage.
Yeah, well, he did a good job of squeezing through there, but he landed out of bounds. I don't know why that clock keeps running right there on that play, but the time's not going to be a factor, I don't think, on this drive.
As long as Auburn can get set up and go. Pittman in the gun, 1:10 left to go. Dropping back is Pittman. Got protection, got a pocket, got a post. Touchdown, Tigers. Ian Nation from 27 yards out. Perfectly placed that time by Pittman, and the Tigers lead 13-3.
Yeah, had plenty of time. First of all, he had a nice pocket to step up in, but he did a really good job with his eyes and shoulders right there. He turns the safety and flips his hips right here, because Clyde looks him off and does a good job of looking to his right. He stares to the right. He turns his shoulders to the right, and then he falls back and hits the post right where that safety vacated. Good job, Clyde Pittman, right there.
Townsman-Goo on to attempt the PAT. Two plays after the roughing the punter, the Tigers punch it in, thanks to the touchdown from Clyde Pittman. Extra point is up. The extra point is good. 1:05 left to go here. Tigers lead 14-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. Safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Procedures and high-quality, innovative services all close to home. Don't let joint or orthopedic.
Just like that, the Tigers go 80 for a touchdown, and then after a nice stop by the Tigers defense, Fairhope counterpunches with a nice stop of their own, but they make a mistake in the roughing the punter, and the Tigers take advantage of it and punch it in, and now lead by 11 with 1:05 left to go here in the second quarter. Towns Magoo approaches, and that will be taken right at the goal line. Here comes the returner up the middle, and nice coverage there by the Tigers. I believe Cade Rayburn right in there, and it's going to be stopped at about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, both Cade Rayburn in there, and also my guy, number 25, Clark Cleveland, right there on kickoff. I mean, that is the priority that Auburn makes for these special teams. You got a lot of starters running down on both sides of the ball, covering kicks and playing special teams.
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Etheridge, he said we're going to have a bunch of starters on kick cover in the playoffs. Creel keeps it on an outside zone. Tigers, great leverage. Octavian Brown keeps outside contained, and it looks like Cade Rayburn also from inside pursuit, gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, I think this is a game, just the matchup that Cade Rayburn needs to have a role all night long, because he looks the most comfortable chasing this quarterback down. He's doing a good job of inside-out pursuit, and Octavian Brown had a nice play right there with his leverage.
Creel in the gun. Looks like Fairhope is good, taking this one to the half. With that said, you bust one up the middle, maybe that changes it. Gain of about 5 on second down and 7. I don't think that's enough to make Fairhope change their mind, as good yardage there by Godfrey. It's going to be third down and 2, but I believe this is going to be halftime for the Pirates.
And a huge turn right there. A lot of penalties dominated that first half, but the biggest penalty was the roughing the kicker that allowed that drive to continue, and Auburn stole 7 points right before halftime.
We missed it, but Jack Hudden sent me the numbers. 5 plays, 52 yards, thanks to the roughing the punter call against Fairhope that gave Auburn an extra set of downs, and Auburn takes advantage of it. On the other side of this break, we'll have the halftime report. 14-3 Tigers lead. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
So, I keep hearing how things are getting back to normal. Really? When am I back to normal? What is normal anyway? I can't even remember. Is this normal? Seriously? No. Was this ever normal? Please. I think this used to be normal. Then I figured out, just stop it. So much has changed. No wonder nothing feels normal. But here I am, still standing. A brand new edition of me. This is no time to go back to anything. It's time to go forward and discover the new person I am now. I'm all in. For some great tips on finding your new normal, visit yourlifeyourvoice.org. You look familiar.
Hello and welcome to AHSAA at the Half. I'm your host, Max Besman, and I'm joined by my co-host, Levi Benefield. And boy, do we got a game to start off this 7A playoffs. Auburn's currently winning 14-3 at the half against number 8 Fairhope, number 3 seed Fairhope. But first, let's get you some scores across the state all throughout this playoffs. First and foremost, the most important game that Auburn fans should be paying attention to. Number 4 seed Dothan and number 1 seed Foley are currently tied 14-14 at the half. Also, number 6 in the state, Enterprise, also number 3 seed Enterprise, is currently winning 15-7 away against number 2 seed Baker at the half. And then 3 seed Huntsville is actually low-key kind of close against number 3 Thompson. What was expected to be a blowout is not so far. Thompson is up 13-0 at the half. And then Hoover, the number 1 team in the state, they're currently winning 14-7 at the half. Once again, another unexpectedly close game. And then Central is currently whooping Mary Montgomery right now 23-7. Still a two-possession game, so Mary Montgomery could come back. And then lastly, Hewitt-Trissville is winning 21-14 on the road against Florence at the half. And then here up in old Austin, there is a little bit of an upset brewing. It's not looking like an upset though.
I'm not sure. Number 10 Vestavia Hills, who's the 4th seed, is beating number 9 Austin, who's the 1st seed, 24-0, middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, so, I mean, all of us on AHS Countdown picked Vestavia Hills, but on paper, they are the upset seed, and they're currently whooping the snot out of Austin. We can see if they keep that going in the second half. But some key highlights from the first half. Early on, it was looking like it was all Fairhope, all Pirates, but they ended up not capitalizing on really any of their opportunities. They made a field goal and they missed a field goal. Other than that, there really wasn't much going on for the Tigers in the first quarter. You know, they got a bunch of good field position, but they weren't able to, you know, do anything with it. But late in the second quarter, Auburn was able to score a receiving touchdown off of a bad, or not a bad call, but a bad roughing the passer decision, or roughing the kicker, excuse me, by the Pirates that set up an Ian Nation receiving touchdown from Clyde Pittman. But other than that, what are some positive things you see from both teams in this first half?
Some positives, some Auburn, their pressuring on defense is getting there, and then they were also starting to score more on offense.
Yeah, like you said, Auburn's pressure was getting there, but I'd say, like, Fairhope, they've been doing a good job, at least early on, of being able to use, like, screen passes against that, you know, high pressure on the defense. But some negatives for Fairhope, they could easily, in my opinion, be like winning or at least tied in this game. Because early on, like they were in the red zone for almost like forever, but they ended up having multiple penalties, multiple flags, and they weren't able to score a touchdown, and they ended up having to settle for a field goal. And we said that in HS Countdown, if they want to win this game as the lower seed and the upset team, they can't have any missed opportunities. They got to score one in the red zone. And then Auburn, early on, really, they had lots of flags as well. And we said in HS Countdown as well that Auburn really hasn't had many flags this season, only one last game, and it was an offsides. So it's very uncharacteristic for Auburn to be having this much flags in the first half. And then what would you say are some keys on defense for the second half going forward for both of these teams?
For Fairhope, they really just need to stay consistent at stopping Auburn from scoring, which they're not really doing. For Auburn, they need to work on their pressure a little bit and get that cleaned up.
Yeah, and then on offense, I'd say Fairhope, like I just said, they have to capitalize in the red zone, have to. This is the playoffs. You're going up against one of the best teams in the state in the Auburn Tigers. You have to capitalize in the red zone. They've gone there twice, and so far they've come up with one made field goal and one missed field goal. Can't have that happen. And then Auburn, you know, they can't take good field position for granted. Now, late in the second quarter, they didn't take it for granted. They ended up actually capitalizing on some flags by the Fairhope defense. But early on, they had 2 straight drives that were past the 45-yard line, and they didn't even get a first down on either of them. But they ended up changing that in the second quarter, and they hope to continue to change that in the second half. And I'd say my bold second half prediction is Auburn will come out firing. You know, they say the keys to a football game is usually the last 2 minutes of a second quarter and the first 2 minutes of a third quarter. And so Auburn so far is winning that battle in the last 2 minutes of the second quarter. And I think they'll come out firing, and whether Fairhope can weather that storm will decide the game, in my opinion. But that's going to do it for AHS at the half. This is it from me, my co-host Levi Benefield, and your host Max Mesman. We hope you enjoy the game, and see you at the end of the game in post.
Some kids never smile. They're embarrassed by their crooked teeth. They want braces like the other kids, but their families can't afford them. Some may even try to straighten their teeth themselves. That can make everything worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. It helps provide orthodontic treatment to kids and teens whose families can't afford it. For kids who apply, are approved, and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, it can be life-changing. Their treatment is in the hands of an expert, a licensed local orthodontic specialist who improves their smiles by correctly aligning teeth and jaws. Some kids think they'll never smile again, but Donated Orthodontic Services may help them smile with confidence. To link to the application and eligibility requirements, visit aaoinfo.org.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. Hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. That one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn-on ones, the finger ones, the pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
When stress shows up, it can be hard to see. Maybe you can't sleep. Or you feel sad and you don't know why. Or maybe it's worse. Because stress can knock you down. It can hurt your health and your relationships. If you've lost a job, worry about your next meal, or have trouble making it through the day, we can help. Text STRESS to 211-211 to find a solution.
My name is Carly. I'm 15 years old and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I step out on stage, I think I'm communicating with people. I would like to tell them that I want to make a change in life. Like, yeah, you can have 2 heart transplants, but that doesn't stop you from doing the things that you love. When I get my driver's license, of course I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor because I've been saved twice. So who says I can't save somebody else? It's just the beginning of a new story.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thoughts of suicide may feel impossible to overcome, but with help and support, you can find hope and meaning. Call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK to speak to a counselor, or visit suicidepreventionlifeline.org. It's free, it's confidential, it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And even if it feels like it, you're not alone.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Using meth taught me everything about freedom, only not like you think. It taught me how easy it is to lose your freedom, how meth can take control until you find yourself doing whatever meth tells you to do. Before you get there, while you still can, take a stand for yourself. If you feel yourself losing your freedom to meth, ask for help. Accept the help. It's worth it. You have the power to be truly free and be the person you want to be. I know. I'm Jan, and I'm free from meth.
If you or someone you know is struggling with meth, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential treatment referral. Learn more at samhsa.gov/meth.
Adventurer, coach, chef, teacher, audience, superhero. If you're a parent, you've done it all this past year. But the one thing you may not have done is take care of yourself. And it's nearly impossible to keep everyone else full of joy if you're feeling empty. At Boys Town, we know that a parent's mental health is important too. So when it's all too much, take a break and regroup. It's a great strategy that puts things in perspective so you can deal with challenges. The review and recalibrate method of self-care helps you see what's working and what's not. Go to boystown.org/stressedout for more great self-care tips for parents. You can even download an ebook to guide you and your family through self-care strategies. Because healthy parents are key to happy families. Boys Town, saving children and healing families.
Our story was begun by someone else. Our story was often shaped by generations before them. Our story was forged and maybe even defined by the experiences of our childhood. But it doesn't need to be. You can be the author. Learn how at numberstory.org.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The, that one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn on ones. The finger ones. The pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. For many people, HPV hides inside them and they never develop symptoms. But for others, HPV links directly to cancer. My cancer almost ended my career. It almost ended me. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. The HPV vaccine is recommended for 11 to 12-year-olds, and a catch-up vaccine may be an option for teens and young adults. Talk to your doctors. You don't want HPV hiding inside your body like HPV has been hiding inside this commercial. Did you see all of them? Go to thinkaboutthelink.org to look again and learn more. Together, we can stop cancer before it starts.
So, I keep hearing how things are getting back to normal. Really? When am I back to normal? What is normal anyway? I can't even remember. Is this normal? Seriously? No. Was this ever normal? Please. I think this used to be normal. Then I figured out. Just stop it. So much has changed. No wonder nothing feels normal. But here I am, still standing. A brand new edition of me. This is no time to go back to anything. It's time to go forward and discover the new person I am now. I'm all in. For some great tips on finding your new normal, visit yourlifeyourvoice.org. You look familiar.
Some kids never smile. They're embarrassed by their crooked teeth. They want braces like the other kids, but their families can't afford them. Some may even try to straighten their teeth themselves. That can make everything worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. It helps provide orthodontic treatment to kids and teens whose families can't afford it. For kids who apply, are approved, and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, it can be life-changing. Their treatment is in the hands of an expert. a licensed local orthodontic specialist who improves their smiles by correctly aligning teeth and jaws. Some kids think they'll never smile again, but donated orthodontic services may help them smile with confidence. To link to the application and eligibility requirements, visit aaoinfo.org.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
To schedule an in-person tour or to
Here are halftime scores from other games. Enterprise 15, Baker 7. Dothan 21, Foley 14. Hoover 14, Bob Jones 7. Central Phoenix City 30, Mary G. Montgomery 7.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Russell Building Supply is Auburn's hometown home center. With top brands and an easy-to-use drive-through lumber yard, we have...
Professional printing to the area's finest custom frame shop. We can help you choose the right equipment, teach you to use it, print your pictures, and frame them too. Camera Graphics is also your source for any type of video transfer service. From old 8mm movies to VCR tapes or just videos clogging up your phone, we can preserve those memories for you. We also offer the highest quality photocopying and restoration services. Come by today or check us out on the web at cameragraphics.net.
Now, let's get back to the action. It's time to kick off the second half of Auburn High football on Wings 94.3, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic, Russell Building Supply, and Southern Union. Also brought to you by Jeff Coat Trent, Auburn Bank, Kia of Auburn, University Ace Hardware, and Gouge Performing Arts Center.
Well, sorry about that, folks. Be perfectly honest with you, we're used to a 3-minute warm-up period being put back on the clock. It did not get put back on there. The field goal. The kickoff will go into the end zone. It will be a touchback, and that's where Fairhope will take over, first down and 10 at the 20-yard line. They put the ball on the right hash. Scott Bagwell here, joined by Rob Pate, Jack Hudden as well. Mackenzie Collins back in the Auburn Network studio. Inside zone, actually kind of a midline as Creel will keep it, gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, Mark Tolan comes in from the outside, the left defensive end. He keeps contained. He's able to take on 2 blocks and get off the block and make the tackle.
Second down, quick as Fairhope goes. Quick screen out to the outside. Octavian Brown forces the receiver inside, and he gets help from his friends making the catch, Preston Godfrey on the play.
Yeah, I thought their receiver should have kept wide. I think he may have had a step on Octavian, but Octavian does get out there to make the play.
I had not seen this one. 5, and it's just a quick throw, and it's going to be first down yardage. Gain of about 5. Let me see if I can actually do my job here. Offensive line was lined up, 4 receivers lined up on the line, and then 1 behind them. Never seen that look before. Just a quick catch and throw, first down yardage. Gain of about 5 on the play. First down and 10 from the 35. Creel in the gun. Let's actually Auburn get set on that one. And it's an inside give. No, it's a straight zone read. Tolan able to trip him up. Gain of about 3 on the play. You got to make sure you keep leverage there with Creel, as he's quick as a cat.
Yeah, you're right. We got just enough on him right there. Mark Tolan had given up containment and was able to stretch out with that long body of his and just grab an ankle and limit that to about a 3-yard gain.
Second down and about 7. Creel has it, drops back, wants the stick route, has it open, and the receiver will make the catch, and that is Ben Mosley. It's going to set up a third down and about 3.
Yeah,
coming.
Just a good play on all fronts, really, for Fairhope. They take advantage of the void. For Auburn, Emilius is there to make the tackle as soon as the ball is caught.
Again, quick screen, as there's going to be a flag, and that's going to be a flag on a chop block. We'll see if he had the line to gain. He did not. It's a 4th down and 2. There is a chop block thrown right in the middle. You could see an offensive lineman immediately, his hands go to his helmet. Not sure if it was to adjust it or to kind of be upset with himself. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, they got to be on the same page offensively, because they're cutting on every one of these quick passes. Coach Etheridge is.
I think you take it.
Yeah.
I get it sets up 4th down, but this feels like Fairhope know they're on the edge and they would go for it on 4th down and 2.
Yeah. He's gonna back them up. Those guys have to communicate better up front for Fairhope. If one of them's gonna chop, they all have to know it so that somebody's not hitting someone else high.
Yeah.
That's the
it's a
third or fourth time.
Yeah. 2-by-2 set here for the Pirates, as the umpire will now get reset. Third down and about 19 after the penalty. Tigers showing pressure. Here comes 5. It's a screen. Pete Davis able to get a hand on it, but flow from inside, and Coleman Granberry also coming in and making the play, or helping out on the play, is number 98, Adam Al-Rahimi.
Yeah, good job by Pete Davis squeezing that, slowing him down just enough to allow the inside pursuit of Coleman Granberry and the rest of that Auburn defense to get there. Nice job of getting off the field on this first drive by that Auburn defense.
McNeil will come in to punt for the Pirates. The Tigers get a big stop. Ian Nation back deep to return for the Tigers, as he'll boom it away. High spiraling kick. Nation will let it bounce and will let it get out of bounds, and Auburn High School will take over at about the 40-41 yard line.
Yeah, just let that one bounce. He saw it coming over towards the Auburn sideline, read that thing was probably going to bounce out of bounds, and Auburn's the benefactor of that ball not taking a Fairhope roll, and get great starting field position right here for the first drive of the second half at the 40.
Clyde Pittman in the gun, D.V. Williams next to him. 2 receivers to the near side. They are stacked. So are the 2 receivers to the far side. Pittman in the gun. Going to give it to Flakes. Flakes, nice cut up the middle. First down yardage, runs over the safety. That's going to be a gain of about 14. Let's see if they'll make it 15.
Oh, man. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's D.V. Williams, not Flakes.
It was
he gets
D.V.,
up,
yeah.
and D.V. was going to do first down, like he got a first down, and his hand hit the Fairhope defender in the helmet, and they're going to call him for throwing a punch right there. He's about to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for trying to give a first down gesture.
If they call it a punch, is it going to be ejected?
Well, we'll see. You know, it's his best run of the night, and as he gets ready to just do what most guys do, yeah. he just happens to have a Fairhope guy walk beside him, and the umpire here sees it as a punch to the head.
We're still unsportsmanlike on Auburn. 15-yard penalty will be a first down after the run. Did he give an ejection call?
No,
it's a first down. Okay.
You can see it here on the replay as DV gets tackled here. He gets up to signal first down, and as he does, he hits the guy.
Was it the guy coming from behind?
Yep. Never saw him.
First down and 10 from the 40. We're right back where we were. Quick throw to Jack Hudson. He's going to fight across the 40-yard line, gain of about 1, maybe 2 on the play. Actually, they'll give him 3, second down and 7. Folks, if you're listening in the area or you're watching, let's just say that if you've watched the Opelika-Dothan game, it's a familiar crew. Second down and 7. Inside give to DV, bounces outside, trying to get to the corner, makes a guy miss, and then his back foot slips out from underneath him. Gain of 1, maybe 2, third down and 5 coming.
Well, you get the sense, though, that DV is running with a new sense of purpose. You know, he coughed that ball up. He saw Tyler Flakes come in and get the heavy load of the carries to end that first half. And he has a new sense of urgency right now with the way that he's running.
Third down and 5, big third down here. Tigers in the first 7 in the first half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 3 for 6 or 3 for 7. This one from about 5 yards. Tigers 1 for 2 in the first half from 5 yards. And wanting the quick hitch, got Nation. That's a nice tackle, but Nation almost gets out of it. That's a nice tackle on the far side there by number 17, Dixon Davis. Gain of 9 and a first down I believe that is the 3rd catch for Ian Nation.
Yeah, and just a good route by him. He gets just beyond the sticks. He shows his numbers to the quarterback and then makes some yards after the catch.
Give to DV. DV trying to go behind that left side, gets about a yard. Second down and 9. 7:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Tigers lead 14-3.
Yeah, they've got their middle linebacker Corey DeVole. He's playing a tough game for them. He's been in a lot of plays for Fairhope and had a nice tackle right there on that one.
Inside give to Flakes. Flakes bounces, lowers his head, gonna fight his way to about the 40. There is a flag on the play. It's either a false start or an offsides.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
It's going to be illegal formation on Auburn. Somebody's having to check out, as it's going to be ruled that the tight end was not on. Second down and about 15 now. Trip set to the near side. It's in a bunch look. Rolling out is Pittman. And he has his receiver, Nation, in stride at the 20. Going to be hog-tied and stays on his feet. Nice job there by the defensive back, Brown, not to throw him down. It's going to be a gain of about 28-yard lines down to the 17. And with that, Auburn High School moves into the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast Red Zone. Byron Smokehouse, an Auburn tradition for 30 years.
A beautiful throw on the run by Pittman, but also a nice design, getting Ian Nation caught up in the trips formation right there and losing him in coverage.
Inside give to Flakes. Flakes patient, bounces it outside, makes a nice cut to about the 9. Now they'll move it back to the 10, gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, good cut by Flakes. Nice job by the interior of that offensive line, making some nice holes. You see Griffin McLean kind of finishing his block at the end of the play. So good job for Auburn there on first down.
Stack, 2-by-2 set once again for the Tigers. Flakes has it, and he'll follow the pulling GT guys, the guard tackle, to about the 5. Gain of about 5 on the play. First down and goal from the 5-yard lines. Jack, is that 3 yards needed to tie or break?
No, that is 3 receptions.
3 receptions needed to tie or break.
To break.
Thank you. Ian Nation on the hunt for the all-time receptions, single-season reception record. Also has an outside shot at the single-season yards record, as he has had one heck of a season for Auburn High School. First and goal for the Tigers.
Yeah, Auburn does a good job of getting it to first and goal. You've got 4 cracks at it right here to try to get this thing and extend this lead.
Pittman in the gun. McLean at the tight end. Inside give to Flakes. Flakes gets stood up at about the 3. Now I think Pittman might have thought about trying to pull that one, second down and goal.
Scared me a little bit from up here, Scott. I thought he hung on to it a little too long and thought that ball might pop out right there. So a good job by Flakes being able to just feel it, read his quarterback, and hang on to that ball to pick up positive yardage.
Looks like they're going to put it at the 4. Second goal. And Flakes once again runs into the back of an offensive lineman, keeps fighting, dives forward into the end zone. Tyler Flakes would not be denied on that one from 4 yards out. And with 5:36 left to go here in the third quarter, the Tigers lead 20-3.
Yeah, just sheer effort right there by Flakes coming over the left side. He was hitting the hole. Didn't have much anywhere to go, and he just kept driving those legs, kept churning, and ultimately lunges, catapults himself across the goal line. Great job, individual effort right there by Tyler Flakes.
Flakes with 2 touchdowns on the night. Will Best on to attempt the PAT. Kick is up, and that kick is good. 5:36 left to go, 21-3. Auburn has some breathing room here in the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Family with passionate and caring service. It's our desire to assist you during your
Towns Magoo to kick for Auburn High.
To Auburn, Alabama, Doug Sanford Stadium here. Scott Bagwell joined by Rob Pate, as the Tigers now lead 21-3. Magoo will approach. He'll send it away, and that one will be into the end zone, and Fairhope will take over at the 20-yard line. As let's send it now to Jack for the drive summary. Jack Hutton.
All right, Scott, we had a nine-play 43-yard drive. There was a 15-yard penalty in there, so it backed the Tigers up ahead for 15 extra. That was capped off by a 4-yard run. Tyler Flakes doing the load of work. Those last 4 runs he punches his way into the end zone, Scott.
Thanks, Jack. And again, Ian Nation needs 2 to break, right?
Yes, 2 to break the record.
First down carry by Fairhope, and Auburn defensive line and backers do a nice job of just stringing that one out. Gain of 1, maybe 2 on the play, second down and 9.
Yeah, going about it in different ways. Fairhope puts the strength of their formation, all their receivers and bodies out to the field, and their tight end to the backside and runs that way. Auburn always puts their guys into the boundary.
Now wants a little hitch, and he has his receiver, does Creel. Graham Young comes up along with Octavian Brown to tackle Preston Godfrey. And then 2nd and 8, gain of about 6. There is a flag on the play back at the 20-yard line. It's going to be roughing the passer on Auburn High School.
I didn't see anybody back there.
Never mind, that's a bad signal. They had to have called personal foul, hands to the face on Rico Spinks because nobody hit the quarterback. Penalties have been the name of the game for both teams. Fairhope has had 2 touchdowns taken off the board all in one drive thanks to penalties. Auburn had a couple of drives messed up with penalties as well. Empty set here for Fairhope. Krill in the gun, takes it and drops back. Auburn has a free rusher in Cleveland. He's going to throw it up. Graham Young finds it. Nice hands. Terrible call.
Oh, my gosh. Well, there was a definite hold going on with Caleb Pitts up at the line of scrimmage, but I couldn't see Graham's backside hand right here, but neither could the guy that threw the flag. So, that's the unfortunate part of that penalty. He does a really good job with his offhand to knock that ball away, and the Auburn coaching staff letting them know it too.
Oh, goodness. Oy vey. 4:46 left to go here in the game, or here in the third quarter. Krill in the gun, has it, drops back, wants a screen. Actually, that's illegal downfield, and the ball is out. And Auburn has it, and it's Graham Young with it. They're going to blow it dead. Is there an illegal downfield? Because 58 was beyond 7 yards.
Well, I guess they just called it incomplete.
Still an illegal man downfield.
Yeah, I know it is. But no, I never heard a whistle until it looked like Auburn was going to score a touchdown.
They called it incomplete. Checking into the game is Mike Gunn at the near side. Motion to the far side. Krill has it, wants the screen, and it's going to almost knocked away by Cade Rayburn. Octavian Brown was all over it. There is a flag on the near side. False start on Auburn. Also an update, Ian Nate on Fairhope. Ian Nation, 826 yards now on the season. That is second most all time behind Ralph Spry, who had 10-17 back in the 2006 football season.
Wow. He's been a playmaker all year long and has really come on strong. I mean, as the season has progressed, he has just gotten better.
Krill has it. Inside give, quick, and I tell you what, that is a quick hitter right up the middle behind that pulling guard. Gain of about 3 on the play, third down and about 12.
Cade Rayburn came up off the pile and showed the referee his jersey pulled down over his shoulder pad, just trying to say, hey, I didn't do that on my own there, brother.
Play action, Creel drops back, and it looked like an RPO. Here comes motion. Here comes Creel in a scramble, though, and he's going to outrun Coleman Granberry to the outside. Third down and 12. Pickups about 15 on the play across the 30-yard line. First down, Fairhope. That's when he's at his dangers, when things break down.
Yeah, just using his athleticism, just kind of drifts off to the left and just decides, hey, I'm going to pick this up with my legs, and he does.
Monster set here with linemen out as receivers here, and Creel has it, wants the screen. Tigers flow. Coleman Granberry flowed outside, and there was also whoever was at the point of attack was able to make the play. Didn't see who that was. It was a great play.
Octavian Brown is the guy that was able to take on the lead block and then shed that block and make the nice tackle by himself for minimal gain.
Gain of about 2 on the play. Again, it seems like, I would say 80-some-odd% of the time, Fairhope is sending their 3 receivers to the wide side, and then they're just moving the tight end around. And Fairhope can go pretty fast with this look. Here comes jet motion now. It's an inside give. Creel will keep, and he'll just kind of pick and choose, hop around. Good gain down to about the 21-yard line. Gain of 5, 3rd down and 3.
Well, Rico Spinks chases him down with backside pressure, and that's the thing. You just can't give up. I mean, that kid's going to put his foot in the ground. He's going to cut back. You think that he's going to end the play in one direction. It's going to come back towards you. That time, Rico Spinks does a good job of not giving up on the play.
Coleman Granberry has to check out. Wyatt Trexler checks in, and it's a quick screen on the far side, and that is a heck of a play out there by Mark Toll, and Graham Young also there to help. 4th down coming after the 3rd and 3 fails to pick up thanks to the quick screen.
Yeah, they went back to where they put their offensive lineman out wide into the boundary and just try to throw a quick screen out there. Mark Tolan just dives in, slices through there, gets unblocked, and makes himself skinny and makes a great tackle out there.
Big 4th down and 4 coming right at the right about the 22-yard line. Bunch in a heavy set here for Fairhope. A receiver goes out. Creel will have it, and he's going to run out, and it looked like they might have wanted a throwback, and it's thrown, and it's knocked away. Flag coming in.
Oh, my gosh.
The action happened at about the 13-yard line. The official that threw the flag is standing underneath the goalpost.
Yeah, he was with the band out there. Yeah, I don't know what the call was. I mean, I think that they may have thought that since I don't know what I can't even defend it.
There's not even a sign given. 1st down and goal for Fairhope at the 12-yard line. Creel has it, drops back, immediate pressure, wants a screen. Tigers try to peel back. It's going to be into the end zone and a touchback, and a phantom call on 4th down turns a stop into a 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line. And for the first time tonight, Fairhope finds the end zone.
Yeah, they executed that play really well. The tunnel screen, they get the slot receiver coming back up underneath. Auburn has a defender there to make the play, can't make it, and number 2 for Fairhope's able to skirt into the end zone. Auburn had made an outstanding play on 4th down. That drive should not have continued.
Field goal, the extra point is up and good. 21-10 our score, 2:27 left to go here. Auburn leads. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
When stress shows up, it can be hard to see. Maybe you can't sleep, or you feel sad and you don't know why. Or maybe it's worse, because stress can knock you down. It can hurt your health and your relationships. If you've lost a job, worry about your next meal, or have trouble making it through the day, we can help. Text STRESS to 211-211 to find a solution.
2:27 left to go here. Tigers lead 21-10. Fairhope needed a touchdown drive. They got a touchdown drive. Converted some 3rd downs and converted some 4th downs as Auburn High School thought they had a stop. A penalty took that away, and 21-10 is where we're at. Pooch kick will be put right in the middle of the field. Tigers need to get to it. Gibson Low Ridge will be able to get to it finally as Fairhope, good scouting, saw that was the open spot, put it right there, and Auburn will take over at the 25-yard line.
Really good kick right there, just putting it where nobody was. It sat there uncomfortably too long, and finally Auburn's able to jump on it and then start this big drive.
Big touchdown drive for Fairhope. Jack, what was it?
8 plays, 80 yards go. The Pirates helped out by 55 yards of total penalties on that drive. Now that's both teams, but 55 yards total of flags there, Scott.
1st and 10 comes Auburn High. Griffin McLean, Ian Nation in motion. Here comes motion. That's Davis Harson. He's going to give it to Flakes. Flakes, 1st down yardage. Hello runs over a safety, gain of about 8, maybe 9, maybe 10. It looks like they will mark it at 10 yards and a first down for Flakes.
Yeah, just busting right up there, up the gut, and running with a lot of authority. Punishes the safety that steps in there to make that play.
Was that Flakes or was that DV?
That was DV on that play.
Okay.
Yeah, DV was, like we said, he's come out in this second half and he's playing with more authority.
That downhill run looked more like Flakes, which is a good thing for DV.
No doubt.
Here comes motion from Blomeyer, and it's a fake jet to an inside give, and no gain on the play. Second down and 10 on DV on the carry.
Yeah, Fairhope does a good job of just muddying the picture and getting a lot of bodies in the way there. Just no lane for DV to find. And, Fairhope does a good job on first down.
3 receivers to the near side. First time we've kind of seen this particular look. There goes motion for Blomeyer, and once the out route has his receiver, does Clyde Pittman, the senior, has a gain of about 8 or 9 on the play.
Yeah, nice out route to Blomeyer, and after a poor first down play, Auburn gets it in 3rd and manageable here, and we'll see how we convert.
3rd and 3 coming. Auburn 4 of 8 on 3rd downs on the night. McLean steps off in motion. Auburn jumps. And that was Braden Joyner at the left tackle spot who moves 3rd down and 8 coming.
Well, it takes away the great second down pass play that we have, and Auburn will be forced to try to convert a 3rd and long here.
Davis Harson gets the call, and now we'll run over to all the way to the far left hash, and we'll get the play call to the rest of his teammates. 2 receivers to the near side, tight end and a receiver to the left. Dropping back as Harson steps up, wants his receiver, Griffin McLean. Nice hands, first down yardage to about the 47-yard line, gain of 10 on 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and a nice confident throw right there from Davis Harson. Steps up into the pocket, puts it right on the money to a crossing Griffin McLean, who just gets right beyond the first down marker, and showed some nice hands and the ability to hang on to that ball as that Fairhope defense was punching at it, try to cause a turnover.
2 receivers to either side for Harson. Blomeyer in motion, give up the middle, and that time you had a free runner right up the middle. Loss of about 3 on the play as Fairhope continues to drive back and send D.V. Williams backwards. Second down and 13.
Yeah, that was their senior linebacker again, Corey Duvall, first one to get to him. Again, he's playing really hard for those guys tonight. He's been on a lot of plays.
Hudson rather, because Jack Hudson is up here. Jack Hudson solo down on the near side. See if Auburn wants to take a shot with him. And he wants the near throw, and if he's able to hit it to him and maybe make it a move, but has to go to his knees to make a catch. Second down and 12 is going to go to 3rd and 9. Gain of 3. Auburn can take this to the quarter if they want, and they will.
Yeah, Jack had to go down low to get that one. Davis, that's one he wants back. Get it to him in a good throw position. He has the opportunity to make some yards after the catch.
21-10 our score. We'll head to the 4th. Tigers lead by 11. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
So, I keep hearing how things are getting back to normal. Really? When am I back to normal? What is normal anyway? I can't even remember. Is this normal? Seriously? No. Was this ever normal? Please. I think this used to be normal. Then I figured out. Just stop it. So much has changed. No wonder nothing feels normal. But here I am, still standing. A brand new edition of me. This is no time to go back to anything. It's time to go forward and discover the new person I am now. I'm all in. For some great tips on finding your new normal, visit yourlifeyourvoice.org. You look familiar.
Welcome back to Duck Sanford Stadium. Start of the fourth quarter. A big 3rd down and 9 here for the Tigers. We got some scores coming for you as we head towards the later stages of a bunch of games going on across the state here in first round action. Larson has it. He's going to roll to the left, square up with his shoulders, finds McLean. He's going to get hit right at the sticks. We'll see where the spot is. It will be put at the 39. Going to be short. 3rd down and 9, gets 8, 4th and 1.
Yeah, put it in a nice spot again. Maybe threw it a little bit too late that let the defender come up and react. But Auburn's going to get on the ball. 4th and, what do you think, 1?
4th and 1 and go. Auburn High goes hard count, and it's going to be an offsides. And as we have this break, let's send it to Jack for some scores. Jack, what you got?
All right, Scott, let's run through the 7A playoff really quickly. Dothan and Foley paired with this game. Dothan on top of Foley, 28-21, 3rd quarter there. Enterprise and Baker. Enterprise on top of Baker, 22-13. And in 6A ball, check this out. Parker High School over Clay Chalkville right now going into the 4th quarter, Scott.
7-6 is score there in that one. That would be the biggest upset. That's the defending 6A state champions, ranked either number 2 or 3 in 6A Clay Chalkville. Inside give to DV. DV runs hard behind his pads, and he's going to get a gain of about 4 on the play there. Want to see maybe him lower the shoulder right there and fight through and just force the issue. Gain of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, his natural tendency is to be patient and to find the hole. He's had more of a burst in this second half, no doubt. He's run the ball much harder, but Auburn goes with Flakes after that first down play.
Flakes comes in now. McLean off to the right, comes in motion. It's a counter look right up the middle for Flakes, and he's going to lower his shoulders, get across the 35 to the 34. Gain of 2, 3rd down and about 4 coming up. There's the Tigers facing their 11th 3rd down of the night, 5 of 10 on the night.
Yeah, just keeping in mind that Auburn is playing without their starting center tonight. Jalen Foster, who's out. So having to go with the backup center, and he's done a nice job tonight of being able to, after he had a bad snap to start the game, but he has calmed down and has performed really well tonight.
3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Arson in the gun, will give it inside to Flakes, and Flakes says Auburn runs behind. Is a GT look, no gain on the play, 4th down and about 4. As they ran left with the pullers coming from the bottom. Braden Joyner is going to walk over and I think have some words with the offensive staff and just say what he's seen.
Yeah.
And that's something that comes with Braden Joyner played at the varsity level in Oxford as an 8th grader. Him and Coach Etheridge and Coach Wag and Coach Stanford have a long history, 5 years with each other. 4th down and about 5 coming up from the Fairhope 34. Harsher and Auburn wants to make sure that they get exactly what they want. The play clock was running down. We'll take the timeout with them. 9-10 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Tigers lead by 11, facing a 4th down. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
The official.
Towns Magoo on to attempt a 51-yard field goal.
Towns Magoo. Ball is on the left hash as Towns has the leg for it. We'll see if he's able to put it between the uprights. Towns gives the nod. Kick is on his way. Kick is tipped. Kick will be blocked. Fairhope is going to go back to it. Are they going to return it? Yes, they are. So Fairhope will attempt to return it, going down the sideline. Auburn High does a good enough job of covering the kick, and that's where Fairhope will take over down there at about the 25. There's a penalty here. I don't know. It could be leaping, could be offsides, could be holding, could be a million different things with this crew. I don't know. I've seen some weird things.
Well, and it's 4th and 5 too. So what it's would be enough to get the first down.
Running into the kicker on Fairhope, which is going to be a first down call.
Their coaching staff's going to go crazy here.
I don't know if does a tip change it.
I don't know.
On a punt, it does. And we're going to have a long discussion about this one. I do not know the rule here.
Yeah, I don't either. And they don't either.
Yeah, oh, fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hoover's in a close game with Bob Jones. I know Jack has gone over all this. We're just kind of going through some other things. Lochapoka down late in the third quarter. Also, as we're having these calls and everything, want to give congratulations to the flag football team as Fairhope wants to call a timeout, and they're going to want a conversation about this one because this is the game. Auburn High School flag football goes to Central for the 3rd time this season. They knock off the Red Devils, and they advance to the Final Four of the AHSAA flag football playoffs. Congratulations, ladies. I don't know how Auburn beat Central twice, and that game was at Central. I don't know how the two teams were playing in the Elite Eight. I know it's different classifications because of the amount of teams playing and everything like that. It's not the same as 7A. But either way, Auburn High School knocks off Central. They go to 14-1 on the year, and they will advance to play in the Final Four.
Well, good for them. And my kids have told me that that team is filled with a lot of the Auburn girls 100%. Basketball.
That's why Auburn did not play this past Thursday against Carver, was because they're all playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was going to ask how that's affected the basketball team, because I know that they are ranked really high in the state and expected to make another run again this year.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool that those girls are getting an opportunity to play some football.
Yeah, there is an injury. Kelsey Andrews is going to be out for the season for the Tigers, the big-time freshman. But that's right, Daniel's still around, so still a lot of talent, and we'll see what happens here. And my guess, if you see a flag coming in on the far side, 1, it's going to be very, very warranted, and 2, that means it's going to be first down Auburn High School. Yeah. As this is just look, it's been a weird football game because of the play. Fairhope has played very, very well. Adding into the weirdness has been the amount of flags that we have seen here tonight.
Well, no doubt about it. And you can see Coach Carter over there, I mean, just pleading his case. They haven't moved the sticks. I mean, the Auburn offense is lined up on the ball. The ball has been placed forward, but the sticks are still, at the
exactly as they
where
should
they
be.
Were,
yeah.
And so they're still having the long conversation, and we'll see what type of politician he is.
22-20, Baker, or Enterprise leads Baker. Baker scores a touchdown, 10:53 left to go in that one. We'll see what is. Let me see if I see number 1 in the huddle for. The defense is in the huddle for Fairhope. And that's what the conversation. It's 1st and 10, somebody. That much I do know. Dothan and Foley now tied at 28. Well, it looks like it's going to be first down Auburn, and Fairhope is going to be very, very upset, and I do not blame them at all.
Yeah.
$8:54 left to go here in the 4th quarter. The clock will run. Parson at the gun will hand off to DV. McLean pulls around, gets some nice blocks, and DV Williams will step out of bounds before getting hit. They say he's going to step out at the 31-yard line. Or sorry, the 21-yard line, gain of 8 on the play. There's a flag on the far side, because of course there is.
There was one point in the first half where there was a flag on the field that the umpire had thrown, and they had to call a timeout because he hadn't picked it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, and he had to go back and walk about 10 yards and get it and put it in his belt, and I thought, well, he's just going to leave it on the ground. He's going to throw one anyway.
Throw it again. 8:45 and counting, or not in counting. Clock stops because we're having a discussion. 8:45 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Tigers lead 21-10 in a game that will be overshadowed by the striped shirts. Fairhope has played extremely well here tonight. Auburn hasn't necessarily played poorly, unsportsmanlike on Fairhope, and that was probably a matter of time coming. Yeah,
something the coaches said over there to the line judge, I'm sure. And the frustration's warranted. I'm sure both coaches are going to have a lot to say to whoever they complain to from the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
There is a scratch list.
Yeah.
I think that the word might be sent around to the whole state.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. You don't want to pile on guys. Say, there's an ejection.
There's
right
an
there.
ejection.
Yeah.
So who got ejected?
Yeah, so I think he's walking over to get whoever was ejected off the field.
Yeah. And I'm trying to see. No, they didn't. There's no way they kicked. No, that did not just. They kicked Tim Carter out of the game.
Wow.
That is just terrible. Just terrible. Utterly ridiculous. Here comes Auburn in motion, handoff to D.V. Williams, bounce it outside, and there's going to be a flag flying in from the underneath the goalpost, because what is the back judge doing looking at a block?
And he's waving it off.
I
mean, what?
D.V. Williams from 12 yards out makes it 27-10.
Oh my gosh. They didn't even have a discussion about it.
And that touchdown punctuates a trip inside the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast Red Zone. Byron Smokehouse with Auburn tradition for over 30 years.
That was a massive hole over the right side.
Yeah.
DV goes in untouched. A flag comes out immediately from the back judge, and then the white hat just waves it off, and they don't even have a discussion about it.
Magoo, PAT is up and good. 8:39 left to go here. Tigers make it a 28-10 lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The, that one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn-on ones, the finger ones, the pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones.
And drove the distance for the touchdown. We'll have that drive for you in a second. Auburn High School has scored on 4 straight possessions. Penalties have helped 2 of them. That one is in the end zone. Will be a touchback. Let's send it to Jack for the drive summary.
Scott, here's the good news. Auburn goes down the field 75 yards. It took them 12 plays to do so, but they go down the field 75 yards. They punch it in on the D.V. Williams 11-yard run. But the big story of the day, obviously, is going to be penalties. Once again, had that 55-yard penalty drive. I have got 30, 40, I've got 45 on that drive by both teams, Scott.
Wow. Jeez. $8:39 left to go here. 3 receivers to the right. Inside handoff, nice cut there by the Fairhope back. Going to get a gain of about 7 on the play.
The best run they've had just over center without the quarterback keeping it this entire game.
McCants on the run, he's been good, but Auburn High has done well in just kind of bottling them up. Nice, interesting run game that Fairhope runs, and we have not seen a lot of the motion orbit triple option read. It's been a completely and totally different look here tonight. Creel drops back. Here comes pressure, but Creel will break pressure, break contain into the open ground, and coming in from the backside is an Auburn defensive player, Cade Rayburn. And Mark Tolan there on the tackle, shot out of cannon, first down yardage out to about the 43.
Yeah, those guys in backside pursuit, I mean, they're super important with a quarterback like this. Once again, he gets out in the open field and he hurts us.
Quick screen to the near side, and coming back into where a bunch of trouble is Tolan and Clark Cleveland there. There's a flag thrown right at the feet of some some players, and there's some clapping of the Auburn and some frustration on the Fairhope side. My guess is this is going to be a late hit on the Pirates,
or maybe even another chop block because
it was so late. I'm not really sure.
I know the defensive line was the defensive line was the one very adamant about the penalty.
Yeah. So was it a chop?
No, he just said
late. Was it a late hit?
He just said personal foul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's first down on there. I'm not sure if it was dead ball or what. Not sure that anybody knows at this point in time. 7:47 left to go here. First down and a bunch for Fairhope. Creel drops back. He has pressure, wants a screen, has his tight end. This was the touchdown play. Caleb Pitts adding pressure. Coleman Granberry runs to the far side. And there's going to be a flag on Pete Davis as he ends up hitting Ben Mosley late.
Oh, man. I'm tired of talking about it, man.
I'm not going to mention the official. I'm not going to complain about the officials the rest of the game. I'm merely going to say there's a flag on the play. In fact, if back in the network studio, never mind. I'm just going to do it here, and I'm going to tape myself saying flag on the play, and we're just going to play it because I'm tired of saying it. Personal foul on Auburn, first down, Fairhope.
As I go back and watch the replay, I mean, it was a late hit. I mean, he doesn't have any reason to hit a kid that's not looking at him right there. But, man, just the amount of flags in this game is just astounding.
Creel drops back, and it's a draw the whole way. First down yardage. That is Graham Young. As he makes the tackle, and as he makes the tackle, he's trying to rip the ball out.
Yeah.
Gain of 11 on the play. First down and 10 at about the 27-yard line here for Fairhope, as they're trying to go as fast as they can.
That's right, going fast, trying to take advantage of the legs, the athleticism of Creel.
Here comes motion, and it's a keep by Creel, trying to get to the outside. Pete Davis runs him out. Gain of about 2 or 3 on the play.
Yeah, good job. I mean, right there, you just have to be the athlete. I mean, you've got inside-out positioning right there. You've got the sideline that is your ultimate defender, and you just refuse to give away that inside ground, and he does a good job of pushing that out of bounds for hardly any gain.
Dropping back, Creel wants the screen to the other side. Tip, that's a heck of a play out there by, I believe, the defensive lineman. Was that Caleb Pitts?
Sure was.
Caleb Pitts, the sophomore, makes a heck of a play.
He does. He's got a long body. He's going to be a great player for Auburn. You can tell he's got explosion, he's got athleticism, and he's got a football just instinct, IQ to be able to get that hand up and knock the ball down.
Here comes motion out of an empty set for the Pirates. Creel has it, drops back, wants a quick screen to the outside. Octavian Brown flows, knocks the receiver out of bounds on 3rd down and 9, gain of about 4.
Yeah, that was a set-up 4th down right there because they had no shot at getting the first down. They were just taking as much as Auburn would give them to get in the position to try to convert.
This looks like very similar to the game plan they had against Briarwood. A lot of quick throws, nothing really downfield. Creel has it, and he'll drop back. Mesh concept, wants the wheel, has the receiver. What a catch. That's a heck of a catch there by Preston Godfrey at about the 4-yard line on 4th down and 7, gain of 21. What a throw as well.
Yeah, it was a great catch. He had to make an adjustment. They got their running back isolated on Octavian Brown. Not bad coverage, just in a perfect position. Great catch.
Keel has it, wants an underneath screen. Going to move around some blocks. A great job outside there by the running back, number 4, McCants, on the safety. Touchdown from 4 yards out.
Yeah, same play they scored last time. It's just the tunnel screen right there to the slot receiver who comes back in and gets north and south after making the catch and goes in virtually untouched.
Mosley on the touchdown. 28-16 with 6:21 left to go here. PAT is up. PAT is good. 6:21 left to go. Tigers lead 28-17. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Russell Building Supply, East University Drive in Auburn.
Become a Russell Rewards member.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do It Center in Building Supply.
The Beatles, the Stones, and the Tigers play here. Wings, 94.3.
You think he's going to kick this deep?
I don't know. How's this ball set up? Ball sets up normal. I don't see how you kick it deep. 28-17 our score. Tigers lead. Fairhope needs to find a way to steal a possession. There's your onside kick, and that's a great job by Griffin McLean to attack and field it, and Auburn will have it at the 49-yard line.
Well, you called it. The attack was the right move right there. He caught it on a little bounce that he knew he could field cleanly, and he goes and gets it. He ends up fielding that ball at the 9-yard mark and is able to get to it before there's any sort of issue there.
Final. Parker pulls it off.
Oh, my gosh. That's unbelievable.
7-6. The defending 6A champions, the Clay Chalkville Cougars, go down. Holy cow.
Wow.
Pittman in the gun. He's going to hand it off as Flakes, 2 hands on the ball across the 45-yard line to about the 44, gain of 5.
Well, that just opens it up for my alma mater.
Well, there you go.
I mean, that Center Point High School, I mean, they were in the same bracket. Their only loss for the season was to Clay Chalkville, and they have scored a ton of points on people this year. So we're all Eagles tonight.
6A North becomes wide open.
Yeah. I'm telling you, the Center Point or Hartselle may be the team out of the North now.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens coming out of there. Theodore, the number 1 team in 6A, is just a physical brute of a team. Tyler Flakes running hard across the 40-yard line to about the 39, close to first down yardage on 2nd down and about 5. We'll see if it's short. Looks like it's 3rd down and a couple of inches.
Auburn really leaning on Avery Ferris, Braden Joyner, this left side. Tyler Flakes getting substituted out now for D.V. Williams, but both of those guys have run hard the second half.
And Auburn will go Wildcat here. D.V. will have it and go right up the middle, first down yardage. Clyde Pittman in there to get a block to the 35-yard line, gain of 4 on the play, first down.
Yeah, nice little crack block in there from your quarterback comes in, and he doesn't want to just stand out there and look pretty. He wants to go in there and get some contact.
If you want Clyde to not throw a block, you're going to have to take Clyde off the field. As there's some type of... Okay, yeah, I did not see the Fairhope player down.
Clay Chalkville 6.
As scary moment here, and hopefully it's just cramps and nothing serious. And I know you say, well, Scott, it's 64 degrees. Well, when you're playing, it cramps can happen at any time.
Yeah. And I know that far too well. I've suffered with that a lot in my career. But these guys are playing hard. Fairhope are playing hard. They're playing with a ton of effort. These Auburn kids are playing physical, and But that Fairhope defense particularly has played a very physical football game.
As
Score update, Dothan High 42, Foley 28.
wow, as Dothan scores twice in a hurry, as that game was 28-28. Is there a defensive scoop and score? Well, that's how Dothan made the playoffs, with the scoop and score against Prattville. Clock will run. And Auburn's going to try to bleed this clock here.
Play clock still at 20
seconds.
Yeah.
They've reset it at 40 as opposed to 25. So Auburn taking their time in this 2 tight end set.
Yeah, good job by Clyde telling his offensive lineman to just stand up till 10 seconds. Now they get down in their stances.
Handoff inside for Flakes, as he's going to be strung out and will be stopped in the field of play. Fairhope is trying to carry him into the sideline. There's going to be a loss on the play of about 1 or 2. Second down and about 12 now.
Correction, 2 yards, second down, 12.
Yeah, I don't know the rule there. I guess forward progress is stopped, and that's why. But he obviously is trying to get him out of bounds. He pulled him out of bounds. They landed out of bounds, but the clock continues to run, which is good for Auburn.
Good for Auburn. 28-17 Tigers lead here. Inside give for Flakes, bounces outside into the open field. 20, 25, 10, touchdown Flakes from 37 yards out, his third house call on the night. Tigers almost put this one away, 34-17 now.
And that's the difference between Tyler Flakes and D.B. Williams, is just that extra gear. He just has a little bit faster, but this time Braden Joyner gets the ceiling block right there on 2 guys. He actually is able to prevent 2 guys from getting to Flakes, alters their angle. That gets Flakes to the sideline, and he just outruns the rest of the defense. So a great job there of Auburn coming down and scoring after Fairhope put up a big drive.
3:36 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Tigers now lead 35-17 after the PAT. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Tigers up late in the fourth quarter. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Thoughts of suicide may feel impossible to overcome, but with help and support, you can find hope and meaning. Call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK to speak to a counselor, or visit suicidepreventionlifeline.org. It's free, it's confidential, it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And even if it feels like it, you're not alone.
.336 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Tigers lead 35-17 after going 4 straight drives to start the game without a touchdown. They have gone 5 and 2 of those extended by Fairhope penalties and special teams. Magoo will send it into the end zone for the touchback, and Fairhope will take over at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, such a weapon right there. We haven't talked about it much tonight, but Magoo just putting those balls deep and not allowing for a big play in a special team sense. Just a great job. I talked to his dad early in the season about him being new to football and not understanding. And, you know, when Enterprise returned that kick, he'd never had been in that situation, didn't know he was supposed to tackle somebody.
Krill in the gun. Same set that we've seen all night. Krill will drop back and wants a little screen. Nice catch on the far sideline by the running back. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play as number 4 McCann sticks the paw up there and just snatches it out of the air.
Yeah, sure was. I thought he was just throwing the ball away, but the pressure was coming, and Krill was able to get it off to the big running back, and both of those guys in the backfield are good players.
Dropping back is Krill. Hesitation, wants to seam route, trying to get over top of Graham Young. Overthrown. Just a little, you run that stick so much, you run the stick and nod and right over the middle of the field. Graham was close enough to make it have to be a great throw, incomplete. Second down or third down and about 7.
Yeah, Graham a little down on himself and let the receiver get by him, but you know, he has he had a saw the play just one step behind. And there was another play, another personal foul on Fairhope.
Flag on the play.
Penalty is personal foul against Fairhope.
Third down. And this is what you see in the playoffs. You get teams and seniors who are towards the end of their career, and there's some frustration that happens. And I understand it. Fairhope has had a reason to be frustrated. They've had a lot of big plays called back due to penalties. As there's another flag on the play. Out at the 25-yard line.
Wow.
Unsportsmanlike on Fairhope. I think Fairhope is trying to call a timeout to maybe try to calm down. So it'll be third down and forever back around the 5-yard line, and it will be a timeout. We'll try to figure things out. 3:23 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Timeout Fairhope. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Second call timeout of the second half.
3:23 down here.
No, they're saying first down.
It's not first down. There's no chance. Third down is what it actually is. It's a first down is up. Second down, who's on first? What's on second? Nobody knows. Trying to get a wheel route and overthrown, incomplete. I think Coach Hall made a catch on the sideline.
Oh, it was a good job right there by Clark Cleveland. It gets matched up. That's the same route that they ran on their last touchdown drive, where the running back made a great fourth down catch. But this time, Clark Cleveland is able to run with him and forces a fourth row.
It's now third down. They had to have called the penalty on the last play in an in-play penalty, not a dead ball penalty.
Gotcha.
And then all these stuff afterwards happened after the fact, which made it second down, which kept it at second down. It's now third down and half a mile. Krill will have it and will drop back, and he's going to try to scramble. He's going to make one guy miss, but not the second and the third. Gain of about 5, moves it out to the 9-yard line, and it will be fourth down.
Good job by that Auburn defense, just kind of converging on the ball. That's a kid that's dangerous. He's hurt Auburn a lot tonight, but a lot of guys get to the ball carrier, and you know, that says third down over there. The scoreboard says fourth down. I don't know what down it is. They got their offense out, so they obviously think it's third down.
Nobody knows. Krill sends a player in motion. He'll has it, and he'll drop back, steps up out of pressure, makes one guy miss, runs around Octavian Brown. Pete Davis there is going to make the tackle, as it's going to get out to about the 14-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4 on 6th down. I believe Fairhope will finally punt.
Well, that time he had the receiver, the wheel route wide open. Nobody ran with him, but Krill having to kind of run for his life right there, never was able to identify him. And Auburn's able to get to him, get him down, force the punt here. Hopefully run this clock out and move on to the second round.
Logan Blomeyer back deep to return for the Tigers, and I think everybody at this point in time is completely content trying to find a way to run this thing down and move on. Blomeyer waves a hand, will catch it at about the 41-yard line, and Auburn High will take over right there.
good job right there by Blomeyer of getting up there, fielding that punt. He fielded it cleanly, a lot of confidence, and you know, something we can be shaky at sometimes. So good job of getting that done and setting this offense up.
Logan, when he was a sophomore, ended up being the punt returner at the end of that season because of his sure hands. Got hurt last year. Has had a very solid senior season here, and now Auburn High will have an opportunity to run this thing out. Dothan is a final. If the Tigers can hang on, we will be back here for the second round. Inside give to DV. DV patient, spins around, put two hands on the ball, sir. And it'll be to the 35-yard line, gain of about 6. So with that final brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto, Auburn, if they're able to hang on, Central is going to win. Enterprise is up. It should be a clean sweep, and it should be a clean sweep for 2 regions here in 7A. Region 2 and Region 3.
Yeah, we're going to hope that that this region really is able to get a crack at that.
In head-to-head, this region is 2-0 against the other one.
That's right.
Enterprise wins 35-26. Inside give on second down. So I was looking through the top 4, and number 1 is Hoover, number 2 Central, 3 Thompson, 4 Auburn. They've all kind of sort of played each other. Central played 2 home games, or 1 home game against the top 4. They beat Auburn. They also beat Hewitt. Auburn played a neutral game and a road game, went 1-1. Thompson played a home game against Hoover, went 0-1. Hoover went 1-1, losing a neutral site game and winning a road game. D.V. Williams has it. Wildcat, looked like it was supposed to go left. He puts his foot in the ground and goes right. Going to have close to first down yardage on 3rd down and 3. Either way, as long as Fairhope decides they don't want to call a timeout, as 3rd down and 3 is going to be ruled short. The big thing is give me. I think the officials might have had it off, so Auburn might have to run another play. Because if these officials get an opportunity to throw a flag, good Lord, they're going
they
to.
don't by about 0.8 seconds.
Yeah. So Auburn will once again win 10 games in advance, and they will win 35-17 and go to 10-1 on the season. Fairhope falls to 8-3, a very, very game Pirates team. They were extremely well coached. Yep. They showed up ready to go to work, and they showed up ready to give it everything they had, and that's exactly what this Pirates team did. Again, I thought they were going to end up being the 1 seed. This ended up feeling like a second-round matchup, not really a first-round matchup here tonight between Auburn and Fairhope. 35-17, our final score. We'll go ahead and send it to break. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Hello, this is Coley Trent from Jeffco Trent.
Auburn High will host Dothan here at Duck Sanford Stadium next Friday night, 7 o'clock.
Hello and welcome to AHS Postgame. I'm your host, Max Mesman, and I'm joined by co-host Levi Benefield. And
Any hopes of Fairhope coming back was really utterly destroyed by Auburn there. Auburn ends up closing it out, the victory. They end up winning 35-17 and moving on to the second round of the playoffs. Some quick scores across the state for you. Some scores that went final. Thompson ended up pulling away against Huntsville as we expected they would. They beat them 34-0 at home to move on to the second round. And then Hoover also did the same. They pulled away at home against Bob Jones. They won 45-13. And they'll be playing, actually, Hewitt-Trussville next week. They'll be hosting them in the 1 versus 4 matchup. Or, excuse me, they will be playing number 4 seed. They will be playing Huntsville, or they'll be playing somebody else. They'll be playing Vestavia Hills. But Hewitt-Trussville beat Florence 38-20. That score went final a couple minutes ago. And then some games that are still in action. Central looks like they're going to win. They're up 51-7 middle of the fourth quarter. And then Baker and Enterprise are still in a tight one. The winner of that plays most likely Central after Central wins that game. Enterprise is currently winning 28-26 on the road in the middle of the fourth quarter. And then I hear there is a big upset in the city of Austin right now. Tell me what that is.
Number 10, Vestavia Hills, who's the 4th seed, beat number 9, Austin, who's the 1st seed, 52-10.
Yeah, and then I also hear there's another upset that is big news for Auburn fans. What was that?
4th seed Dothan beat 1st seed Foley 42-28.
Yep, and that means that Auburn will be hosting the second round of the AHSAA 7A football playoffs next week on Veterans Day against Dothan. And yeah, be sure to turn out for that. Some key highlights from the second half. Auburn just put pedal to the metal against this Fairhope team. 2 rushing touchdowns from Tyler Flakes, a rushing touchdown by D.V. Williams as well. And Fairhope also with a couple of touchdowns, But ultimately, Auburn won the game. Now, tell me, what are some positive outcomes for both of these teams coming out of this game?
For Auburn, they really just came out the gates firing. And then for Fairhope, they fought well the second half.
Yeah, Fairhope, obviously their season is over. Still a pretty good season, 8-3, and ended up making the playoffs. So they'll look on to next season. Then Auburn, like you said, yes, like I said at the end of the first half, I said we need to come out firing if we want to win this game. And they obviously and definitely did. And then some negatives, for both teams. Fairhope, they could have easily been even closer than they were in this game at times. Obviously, they didn't capitalize in the red zone, had a lot of penalties. And then also the roughing the kicker on the blocked field goal, and as well as roughing the punter on the stop right before the end of the second quarter. Those were just some mistakes that they'll need to be able to capitalize on going into next season. And then Auburn, they were sloppy at times, definitely. Definitely towards the beginning of the first quarter, and also towards the middle of the third quarter, fourth quarter. Kept Fairhope in the game when Auburn could have closed it out. But they can't afford those mistakes next week against Dothan. But that'll do it for AHS Final. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast from me, from my co-host Levi Benefield and myself, Max Mesman. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we hope to see you next week when Auburn hosts the second round of the playoffs against Dothan on Veterans Day.
My name is Carly. I'm 15 years old and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I step out on stage, I think I'm communicating with people. I would like to tell them that I want to make a change in life. Yeah, you can have 2 heart transplants, but that doesn't stop you from doing the things that you love. When I get my driver's license, of course I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor because I've been saved twice. So who says I can't save somebody else? It's just the beginning of a new story.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Yeah.